It is 6 o'clock exactly at the MJ Morning Show. Well, Michelle, it might just be you and me, husband and wife today, because no signs of Fester. Maybe he's all bogged down in the nasty weather this morning.
He probably is. You're right.
Who the heck knows? So a little rainy on the way in.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do much weather here on the MJ Morning Show, but be careful because I did see one of the traffic cams had a car all twisted around and bashed up somewhere I-4 interchange area.
Yeah.
And return your mic on. Where was that wreck? Did you see that? And is that cleared yet? Do you know?
I think it was by the Selman connector.
All right, so I-4 Selman connector dealio?
Yeah.
All right, some kind of juiced up nastiness. All right, so here we are, Monday. I'm back from a weekend trip to Fort Lauderdale. Oh, man, I posted this video last night. Well, I posted it first on Saturday, then I wanted to make a correction, so I took it down, and then I reposted last night. So I was in Fort Lauderdale over the weekend, as you know, Michelle, because you did not go with me.
Correct.
Visited my father, who, we were all there for my mom's birthday 2 weeks ago, and my dad, not as good as when we were there 2 weeks ago. So, and then there's a problem. There's a problem at my parents' house.
Does it have to do with the food in the refrigerator?
Oh, that was bad again.
I meant to tell you
God.
to clean out like 5 things, like you were there on Friday night. So I was like, if you grab 5 things on Friday, 5 things on Saturday, and 5 things on Sunday before you leave, 15 more things will get out of there.
Listen, my mom is also buying tons of crap that just doesn't get used.
Your mom, too?
For instance, unopened Publix cut fruit. By the way, the Publix cut fruit is the worst deal in the world. Like a little bitty. No, it is. It's expensive. All the labor that they're putting into that and jacking up the prices.
Yes, I'm well aware of all the labor because I used to chop the fruit in our house.
Listen,
I know what the labor. It's very labor intensive. Hence the price for the chopped fruit.
Hang on, like 2 pieces of cantaloupe, 2 pieces of honeydew, a grape, a piece of pineapple, and a piece of watermelon in a little cup was like $4.25. I'm like, what?
$4.
Hey,
oh
Fester,
my God.
Hey, Fester, glad you can join us, Fester.
I'm glad too. So we have a lot in common today.
I like it.
Yeah, we're all glad.
Why don't you just show up at 7 o'clock? Would that be more convenient for you?
It would.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And leave at 9.
He'd get to have breakfast with Allison.
I mean, listen, even if I showed up at 6:40, that would be a lot more convenient than the 6 o'clock crap.
All right, so
I mean, if you want to really.
So, Michelle, you bring up my parents' fridge, and that was also the subject of a video that Michelle and I shot back on the weekend of the 7th, so like the 8th and 9th of February, and Michelle was going through my parents' fridge and just throwing away old junk. And it's not like that TV commercial where the ant, what was, is it like a Geico commercial?
Geico commercial.
And it's like, and we've got an ant. We got an ant problem, right?
Yeah.
Expired.
Yeah. Expired. And the ant is going through the fridge and she's expired. Expired. Expired.
Yes.
So Michelle found a box of cream cheese that was Best Buy
October 2022.
October of 2022. My parents have cream cheese in the fridge from October of 2022. That was the Best Buy date. So Michelle threw that away, but we went through the rest of the fridge. But Michelle, there's a new collection of crap. Oh, so back to the fruit.
Yes.
The cut fruit. There was fruit in there that was purchased apparently just after we left the weekend of the 8th. And it was like Best Buy or sell by, like Publix cut fruit, sell by like February 11th. And it's still in there. And I had to go through and just throw away all kinds of stuff that has popped up. You know, very perishable stuff. That anyway, there's another video that I shot, and I'll give the early crowd a little bit of a heads up, and we'll get into this later on because this is a problem. There's a video that I posted about 7 or 8 o'clock last night, and it's all the crap my dad is buying on. I think Temu is one of the sites. He's buying just this Chinese low-grade crap.
Well, he's always been a lover to purchase.
Well, right? Gadgets and all kinds of stuff.
The big joke was when we helped them clean out their old house way back in Virginia Beach. Remember, you were cleaning it out, and I was like, this is like the electronics graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just had, if it was a brand new gadget, anything, he had it. And then when he either tired of it or it stopped working.
Just went to the garage.
Right. I mean, there was just stuff.
It went to a shelf in the garage.
I mean, he could have been a props provider for like movies or shows or something. They had so much stuff.
All the crap from the 80s. They could have helped do all the props on Stranger Things or something.
Right. Look, it's keeping him engaged. He's engaging. He's purchasing.
My mom.
He knows that it's coming and he's excited.
No, he doesn't know it's coming.
Oh.
He doesn't even know what he's ordering.
Oh.
He ordered, I found out since because we didn't know what it was. He ordered a furniture mover kit. Like these metal pieces and rollers and some kind of a metal jack handle that you put under a fridge, and then you put the wheels under each corner.
Is that a head shaver?
That's some kind of I guess it's a head shaver, but it is junk.
Hey, get that back. Next time you go, bring that back for me.
It's some off-brand Chinese junk.
Okay, are you more mad about it being Chinese junk or that your father's purchasing stuff unnecessarily?
Well,
I'm not sure which you are so like enthusiastic about each of those words.
I mean, my Norelco is Chinese junk at the end of the day, right?
Right.
I mean, it's
there's a difference between a name brand, and I don't know if your Norelco's made in China or whatever.
We'll make a bet.
I have no Braun, Phillips. Those are like name brand Norelco. Those are like name brand shavers. But my dad bought some chunk of junk with like 9 shaver heads. And people did respond, oh, that's for people with bald heads to shave their head, with like the rotating blades and everything. Anyway, the video is on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio if you get a chance. And I posted it last night. It's already got like 6,000 views from like 7 or 8 o'clock last night. And people are commenting, oh, man, my relative did that, or my mom did that. And, my dad was in the hospital, in the bed in the hospital for 2 months, and then he's been home now for a couple of months as well. And, well, when did he get home? He got home in, I guess, early January. So it's going on 2 months that he's been home, and he's just sitting in bed. He's just ordering crap. And apparently he's ordering all kinds of stuff on Amazon, but the whole spate of stuff that I went through over the weekend, and I have it lined up on a counter in their kitchen, and I'm just going down the line of all this crap he's ordering. And we'll get into this later on because I want to take some phone calls and get some advice and, see if anyone had the same issue. But just ordering junk that you just don't need. My father is 82 and is relegated to a bed right now at the house. Why is he ordering a furniture moving kit?
Would you like to convert this brain activity to what? Crosswords, search words?
I don't know, but they need they need to remove the apps from his phone or shut off the credit cards.
The old man have fun.
Okay, yeah. All right.
You know what would be faster? That would be a great idea if they just had like a pretend Temu and a pretend Amazon where somebody thinks they're ordering.
And the
Like
stuff never shows up.
It never shows up.
Elderly Amazon.
Elderly Amazon?
Yeah.
All right, 6:09, just getting rolling. Busy Monday morning. MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
We have rain moving through the Tampa Bay.
MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, again, I want to thank everybody for continuing to help with Operation MJ Awareness. If you love the MJ Morning Show, just make people aware that you listen and just say, hey, I listen to this morning show, this MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM, and it's fantastic. Yeah, if you think it sucks, don't tell them that. But, only if you think it's fantastic. Yeah. So we always appreciate Operation MJ Awareness to tell everyone you know and, try to convert folks that are, stuck listening to like crappy, boring morning radio that might not be aware of us to listen to the MJ Morning Show on this station on 104.7 FM. So it's highly appreciated. Fester, I saw that last night, and we can touch on this a little later, but something popped up, a claim that the Rays were in talks to sell the team to a local group. And, that rumor has been circulating for a couple of years now. I want to say that I thought I heard that even before the Trop roof got blown off by, oh, thank God you've answered, by Milton.
Yeah.
So, crap is popping up on, social media, and I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anybody reputable report it.
Yeah, so there is noise regarding the Tampa Bay Rays. And listen, the whole Trop thing is still up in the air. I mean, there's not a resolution. And any way you slice it, the redevelopment at a new stadium in downtown St. Pete just appears to be on total hold. I mean, there's, I don't know how you play in a brand new stadium for the 2028 season if they haven't gotten things kind of moving yet. It's got to be a couple of years to build that thing, right? All right, 6:21 at the MJ Morning Show. A couple of things here, and very opposite ends of the spectrum, all right? First of all, I want you to ponder this, and it's a little morbid. Well, it's not terribly morbid, because I'm not going to get into any serious detail, but a death row inmate in Louisiana. I'm sure the Cajun Fester's going to make an appearance on this one, just a guess.
We'll find out.
Wait, is he going to provide us with what the last meal was?
No. Nope. Oh, yes. Some seafood gumbo.
Some beignets or some pot of sugar.
Ooh, yum.
I want some hurricanes from what's that place? What's that famous place?
Patty O'Brien's.
Pat O'Brien's, some hurricanes. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll say.
Different Pat and Brian.
Yes.
All right, so here's the deal. This is kind of a death row dilemma.
Yeah.
And where would you come in on this? An 81-year-old death row inmate who was convicted of a nasty crime.
Heinous crime, I'm sure.
Heinous crime, a murder. Died 1 month before he was scheduled to be executed. So where do you come on? If you're a family member or if you're affected by this, what are your thoughts that the 81-year-old dies naturally 1 month before the execution? Does that kind of settle the score, or did they get off easy?
Let me tell you something here. Living down death row in Louisiana here, that sure ain't no life of luxury here,
Yeah.
You don't go crawfishing. You don't go gator hunting. You don't do none of that good stuff if you on death row here, Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm guessing that as far as state prisons go, Louisiana, sort of like healthy states, probably near the bottom of the list.
Well, just the humidity alone make Louisiana a hellhole to commit a crime.
Hold on. Did you say humility?
Humidity.
Oh, humidity. I thought you said humility.
Well, Louisiana.
The relative humidity is...
half the state 8 feet below sea level. It's awfully humid,
Christopher Sepulvedo was expected to die by nitrogen gas on March 17th.
Were they going to wheel him in a wheelchair? 81 years old. I mean,
but he died over the weekend of natural causes.
So the wheels of justice move very slow here in Louisiana.
By the way, it was not this past weekend. It was the weekend before.
But when was he convicted? Because here's my thing about death row.
Yeah.
It takes so damn long.
It does. All the appeals and all that crap.
Well, but even after the appeals are expired.
Right.
They just sit there for another couple of decades.
Yeah, 1992 to answer your question.
Okay, so
He's been on death row for decades. So he committed the crime in 92.
so 32 years?
No, long.
33 years?
Yeah. 33, somewhere in that vicinity.
So the crime's in 92. Let's say he's convicted in 94,
Yeah,
95.
Give it a couple of years for this to flow through the system, maybe.
He's been on death row for 30 years.
Yeah,
So
ridiculous.
Well, did you read the story, though? You're asking how the family members feel? He was the family member.
Yes. He killed like a stepson or something.
He killed a stepson.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
mother.
yeah.
The mother was also convicted along with him.
Yeah.
So there's really nobody left to like feel anything about his. I mean, other than
But
like.
I'm using this story as
Yeah.
sort of
No, I get it.
a jumping off point that how would you feel if somebody is given the death penalty that took something away from you and then they die of natural causes just ahead of the actual death row execution? Is that justice served, or do you think the guy died of natural causes?
I think I would feel relieved
So
that it was just done and I didn't have to like
Overdone
deal right. Like
and-
it's right.
MJ, it is a fact,
Yeah.
according to AI Google, that, and I thought this and I looked it up,
Mm-hmm.
most death row inmates die of natural causes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Death sentence isn't a death sentence because they're going to keep, if I, listen, I'm 50. If I commit a crime, a heinous crime, I get the death sentence when I'm 55.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't plan on executing me till I'm almost 90,
What's your favorite newspaper, Cajun Fester in Louisiana?
Picayune.
That's it. Exactly. According to the Times Picayune,
Yeah, Tom Picayune.
this 81-year-old death row inmate died of natural causes after complications arose from a previous surgery.
well, here's the kick in the head.
Yeah.
They do everything to keep you alive.
Yeah.
to then,
He got this surgery that caused the complication.
to then
Right.
execute you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the prison system and that they are entitled to health care, but
Sure.
Yeah.
But why not just let the gangrene take care of it?
let's go. I mean, how about we just okay, you're gonna be in death row. Let's just sign this DNA right now or DNR.
yeah.
DNR.
That's a good one, Fester.
We're not gonna offer any resuscitation to you people.
Yeah.
What happens.
All right, and then what about like a death row execution method, death by nitrogen gas? I'll tell you, that's what I'm trying to avoid when I scuba dive. I don't want nitrogen gas. I'm trying to. So yeah, nitrogen not good for.
How does this work? Is it like a gas chamber? Like because it's not the
Yeah.
lethal injection.
They must
because
put
we
them-
do lethal injection in Florida.
Yeah, they must put them in some kind of chamber and then pump it with nitrogen, depriving any air or oxygen,
You go to sleep.
and then you
Is that right?
suffocated.
No, I mean, think like people who, like in the garage. Let's say you left your car on,
Oh,
right?
that's carbon
But
monoxide.
it's the same theory.
But-
you deprive yourself of oxygen. You just go to sleep.
They don't give you anything beforehand. Like when they do the lethal injections, they do give you some type of
Yeah, there's
like
a
an
cocktail.
right?
I mean,
that they give you to
like a
maybe kind of
sedative.
relax you before.
Yeah, they give
Maybe-
But
you-
did they give you one before you do go into the gas chamber?
Not
anyway.
here in Louisiana, we don't get on nothing. We don't get on.
But no, I think it's just when you deprive yourself of oxygen, it's not like you're
Well,
jumping around. You just go to sleep
On
and
an
then
No.
you die.
On my upcoming scuba trip to the Philippines, I will
Yeah.
do everything possible to minimize my nitrogen uptake. And one of those methods is, diving with, 32% nitrox, with more oxygen. Anyway, so we have an update on the balloon boy. When I say the balloon boy, what comes to mind?
The kid from Colorado,
Yeah.
from 25 years ago.
Well, it wasn't that long ago.
Was it? I mean-
2009.
Okay,
So what is that?
Same.
16 years ago.
okay, yeah.
Remember that hoax with
Yeah.
that crazy family, the father, the mother?
Didn't he move to like Lakewood Ranch or Bradenton?
They moved to Florida. So the balloon boy, who was 6 years old in 2009, where wasn't he hiding up in the attic? And the father said that the kid was up in that floating balloon spaceship that they made. Remember it was being tracked by like airplanes and everyone thought it was national news. All of the news channels like CNN and Fox and MSNBC, they were all covering this live. There were chopper shots of the balloon floating through Colorado, and everyone thought that the 6-year-old boy was on it. And that's what the father concocted, that his son was missing. He must be up in the balloon that was floating at altitude, and then it turned out that the kid was just up in the garage and it was all part of a scheme and a hoax.
Like the kid outed the dad like on national TV. They're like on the Today Show, and the kid's there quietly. He goes like, "But Dad, I was in the attic."
The kid's name was Falcon. Remember the?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the family name was Heaney, Heene.
Was it Richard Heaney or
and
something?
it was this elaborate hoax. And man, the world was like captivated by this thing. Oh my God, a 6-year-old is up in this balloon, the balloon boy. And it was like 7,000 feet where the balloon had reached altitude-wise. Well, and it was like 2 hours of nonstop wall-to-wall cable news coverage, and it was a total hoax. Guess what? Guess where he is?
Falcon?
Yeah, here in Florida. Guess what he's doing?
Did the family get into music?
Well, no, the father tried to launch some music career. Remember we had a song?
Yes.
I don't even know if we still have that in the system, but we had a song like the father, Richard Heaney. And I'm trying to remember. I've got something's floating in my head where he was trying to be like Bill Nye the Science Guy, and he was singing his own theme song or something. Yeah, something weird. Anyway, guess what? The balloon boy is now here in Florida.
Is he offering balloon rides? Hot air balloon rides?
No, he's building tiny houses.
Good for him.
You know the whole tiny house trend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny houses.
Yeah. Falcon owns and operates Craftsman Tiny Homes in Archer, Florida. Where the hell's Archer, Florida? And these homes,
Gainesville.
These homes sell between $25,000 and $79,000.
Yeah, Archer's right next to Gainesville.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, it's near Gainesville. I remember.
All right.
Remember seeing a sign.
Did you bring it up on the map?
Yeah, there's Archer. There's
Okay.
Gainesville.
Oh, I see it. All right, is it right off 301 or something?
When I think when you get to the University of Florida exit, UF one direction, Archer the other direction.
You go west, really?
Yeah.
All right, so that's where he is. So Balloon Boy is building tiny homes here in Florida.
Good for him.
Yeah. The parents were arrested. Richard and Mayumi Heaney. The parents were arrested. And remember, here it is. He unsuccessfully pitched a science-based reality show. And they made an appearance on Wife Swap. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they look for like those G-level in the news celebrity people to do wife swap.
They both pleaded guilty to a conspiracy to commit a crime, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, filing a false police report, attempting to influence a public servant. And the father was sentenced to 90 days in jail. And she got 20 days in jail. Yeah, the mother anyway. 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. So that's what Balloon Boys do. Yes, Michelle, quickly.
No, I don't.
Oh, you're raising your hand.
I'm not raising my hand.
It always looks like you're raising your hand.
She pulls her microphone down from the top of the cage.
Oh,
and
it looks like you're raising your hand like you want to get in or something.
No.
All right. 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, man, we're going to launch Monday with a kick-ass pile of morons in the news. Awesome morons. Next, here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Kinds of illegal crap in your car and be just a general, douche couch. Don't run out of gas on the interstate and then the cops show up and, yeah. These stories always make me chuckle, like Chuckles the Clown.
Oh.
Yes. It's, people that have 14 keys of Coke in the car and then they have a burned out taillight or they don't use their turn signal and they get pulled over. Anyway, here's the latest. This is local as well. Out of Brooksville, so up in Hernando, 2 people arrested over the weekend. FHP stops to check on a vehicle that was on the side of I-75. So, hey, listen, troopers going by, cars on the shoulder, some type of motorist in distress having some kind of problem.
Yeah,
so
you expect them to help.
Trooper just pulls over to see if the trooper can offer any assistance. Yeah, according to the Florida Highway Patrol, a little after 7 a.m. yesterday, Sunday, trooper pulls over. There was a red Jeep on the side of I-75 northbound near mile marker 299. So the trooper approaches the vehicle and observed what appeared to be a guy asleep in the driver's seat.
That's not good.
So the troopers, trying to wake up the driver, asks for the driver's license. Driver unable to produce a driver's license, but the guy was identified as Jace Benjamin Timmons, 21. And it was discovered that Timmons' license had been suspended as of December 13th. Yeah, according to Timmons, said the vehicle ran out of gas while he was waiting for his girlfriend to assist him. And then the trooper, while conversing with the guy in the Jeep disabled on the side of I-75 in Brooksville, the trooper then detected a very strong odor of alcohol and marijuana coming from the vehicle.
Trooper starts smelling that. It's going to take a turn for the worse.
Man. So then the driver, once he was awakened with no license, he refused to perform a field sobriety test, and he was placed under arrest for driving under the influence. So then, of course, the troopers start going through the vehicle, and that's where there was a bottle of Hennessy, which was open.
Yeah, well, he's just sitting there on the side of the road.
There was a semi-automatic handgun in the vehicle. Then there were black bags, which were found underneath the seat or in the back seat area, and one of the black bags was loaded with a green leafy substance. And it wasn't a salad.
No? Not dropping off a bag of oregano to the Papa John's franchises?
Wasn't it? Yeah, oregano delivery man. Yeah, so the field test showed that the green leafy substance in the black plastic bag that was positive for THC. So, marijuana. And then there was also a scale and little small baggies, I guess. And I guess there were additional bags of marijuana, little bags, 20 grams, I guess, small packages of marijuana.
Yeah, this guy had a whole turnkey operation right here.
I mean, that's like the intent to, distribute and sell and everything. Yeah, so during the roadside investigation with FHP, another vehicle shows up on the shoulder. Guess what? Little late, sweetheart.
Why couldn't she be there 5 minutes earlier?
Well, listen, we got this guy off the road, which I'm glad she didn't get there early. So the other vehicle pulls up, and then the girlfriend shows up, and she starts getting up in the trooper's business.
Oh.
Yeah. That woman was identified as Elena Danielle Johnson, 31 years old.
Elena Danielle.
Yeah, so talk about the older woman. So you got Timmons is 21 and his girlfriend is 31. Look at that. So then troopers conduct a search of Elena Danielle Johnson's car, and they found large amounts of marijuana and scales and smaller prepackaged bags of marijuana in her car, along with prescription drug bottles. So then she was arrested.
This is quite the score for the trooper.
He should play the lottery.
Right.
And charged with possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute. What a bunch of schmucks on wheels. I mean, literally, schmucks on wheels. On the side of I-75 up in Hernando, in the Brooksville area.
You see a car on the side of the road, you never know what's going on.
The hell? Well, both were taken by troopers to the Hernando County Jail, where I don't know if they still remain. I don't have any details on whether they bonded out.
So the lesson is, if you're doing something highly illegal, just put a couple of splashes of gas in there.
Yeah, don't run out of gas and take a nap on the side of the road. And then if you're a girlfriend bringing gas or to help your boyfriend out, make sure your car's not loaded with drugs and scales and all kinds of baggies of marijuana in order to distribute.
What the hell is she thinking? She comes up on the car. She sees the trooper behind her.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Bye.
Listen, I am not trying to give any tips.
No,
I'm
just commentating on the situation.
All right, I'm happy. I'm happy these two are off the road.
Absolutely.
But what type of a grade A moron do you have to be that if your car is loaded with drugs, that you pull over?
We'll get right behind this cop. Officer, hey, I'm the girlfriend. Get away from my boyfriend.
We're not dealing with a pair of geniuses here.
Not really. I mean,
oh, my God. That's why we call it Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show. A couple of locals and, drug related. Then we've got a nurse in Lithia who was stealing fentanyl from the hospital where she was employed.
Ooh.
Yeah, an RN in Lithia, Lisa Williams, 56, has pleaded guilty to 6 counts of consumer product tampering and 6 counts of acquiring a controlled substance by misrepresentation. This is a federal case. This is a DOJ case. It's not a Hillsborough County State Attorney's case. This is a DOJ case.
it's a big deal, man.
Yep. According to the documents, this Lisa Williams, is an RN licensed to practice in Florida, and she was boosting injectable fentanyl from like a locked, secured drawer at a hospital. And this was October 30th, November 5th, November 28th, December 3rd, December 9th, December 10th. And this goes back to 2023. And she would take an amount of the fentanyl from the container for her own personal use. That fentanyl, just a little bit of an overdose it'll kill you. But I guess as an RN, she knew how to dose herself up to get her high and not kill herself.
Yeah, that's not the way to go. I mean, that stuff is really well managed by these hospitals.
So after she took the fentanyl from what is described as an infusion bag, she would then trade it out with another container that she had tampered with and then put it back in the drawer. So I would imagine that these containers didn't contain the amount of fentanyl that was expected. And the DOJ in their filing said that she was reckless and had complete disregard for patients at the hospital by her tampering with the fentanyl.
Right. They weren't receiving their pain medication.
Yeah, it seems that way because she was like skimming off the top or something, right?
Wouldn't they have known it and been complaining more and saying to like the next nurse on duty, like, I don't think this is working this time, like, you know,
maybe after a couple of times,
right?
somebody says something's a little suspicious about this.
I'm guessing that her RN career is over.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, done. And she faces, according to the DOJ, she faces a maximum of 10 years in prison for each of the tampering counts.
And what does she have, like 4?
It looks like it. Well, I have the dates. The dates were.
You got off about 4 days.
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh.
6 dates that they know of.
Could she be a nurse in jail? I mean, you go.
Yes.
Let's say you go to jail, you get sentenced to 40 years.
Yeah,
You know, I am an RN.
I think her nursing days are over.
Well, she could patch up some boo-boos.
Yeah, maybe some bandages.
Yeah.
Maybe like stitch up a shanking or something. You know. When you're in prison, you might see different things. Somebody gouges an eye out with like the little sporks they give them at the
A shank sewer?
Yeah. Get some mad respect.
Oh, man. All right. So that's why we call it Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, one more. This is now Washington. We had 2 like local stories. This is now Washington State, Pacific Northwest. Guy arrested for DUI 2 nights in a row. And the guy's blood alcohol numbers out of freaking control.
Man, that's a bad weekend.
Yeah,
man.
Olympia, Washington. Isn't that the capital of Washington, Olympia?
It is.
I believe it is. So deputies busted the same guy driving under the influence 2 nights in a row. First, he crashed the same car at the same intersection on both days. Same car, same intersection, and at the same time.
He should play the lottery.
Holy crap. On February 16th at 9:47, deputies called to a crash at an intersection in Olympia, Washington. A woman calls 911 to report that a man had crashed into her parked car, appeared to be drunk. The guy blew a .31. That is polluted beyond belief. So the guy's got a .31. Deputies respond. They do a breathalyzer. That's nearly 4 times the legal limit. And then he was arrested, booked into jail. He was released the next morning. And then that day, February 17th, again, 9:47 p.m. What the hell?
Did the same officers reply to the scene? Reply to the call?
The same guy crashed at the same intersection, this time into a yard, and smashes into a tree stump. Deputies arrived, and then he blew a .3. So almost the exact same blow, the same time, just 2 nights apart. 9:47 p.m. exact time. 1 night apart. Well, two different nights, but, 1 night.
A day apart, 24 hours apart.
Unfreaking believable.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like deja vu for the officers?
Oh.
I don't know. It doesn't say whether the same cops respond.
I mean, you roll up on the scene like, this looks really familiar, boys. I think I was here yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the same car. And the same guy. At the same time.
That is unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Michelle watched the show last night with great anticipation.
Oh, okay.
What?
You don't even know what show you watched?
You know what you watched last night with great anticipation. What TV show was Michelle looking forward to and was horrifically disappointed?
I wasn't horrifically
Yes,
disappointed.
you were. You
It
said,
was just
you said
disappointing.
it was, okay, I'm sorry. You were very disappointed.
She sounds like she was just plain disappointed.
Yeah, I was
not
just plain
very
disappointed.
Oh my
Why are you
God.
always like adding to my misery?
I'm not adding to any misery. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what show did Michelle watch last night? And she's like, this sucks. All right, hang on. That and a whole lot more here on a Monday. MJ Morning Show on Q105. And this show was anticipated big time. And I watched a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. All right, so hang on. We'll get to that here in just a second. Hey, there is... On at the MJ Morning Show, Monday morning. Welcome, everybody. Highly appreciated that you are listening to the MJ Morning Show. So, Michelle, in highly anticipated fashion, turned on the television last night to watch a particular television show which has been promoted and hyped. And I've only been like a straggler. You know what it's like? It's sort of like when you get like secondhand smoke. I've only been like a secondhand smoker when it
comes to this show.
When it comes to this particular show,
it's around, you're aware of it, but you're not the consumer.
I'm not directly smoking it, but you know, I've breathed in some residual secondhand smoke from this show, and I don't think I've ever been really impressed with it. But like Michelle and Julian and Chloe, they watched the.
No.
What?
Just me and Julian.
I thought Chloe was in on that. Did she watch it on her own?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think she watched it on
her
own.
No. Let's not get lost in the weeds on this.
We are.
But Michelle and Chloe, Michelle and Julian, rather, you know, like when Julian's home from school or on vacation, you guys would like binge watch this thing.
What's the show?
Michelle?
Suits.
Suits L.A.
Suits LA started last night.
Yeah,
okay,
so,
let me just let you know. The original Suits.
Yeah.
They started watching it a couple years ago, and then I just started watching it with Julian. But part of the fun for me and Julian is that Suits, the original one, they incorporate a lot of movie dialogue or lines, you know, within their script, within their yes.
So,
for Julian and I,
they take well-known movie lines,
right? But they use them on each other. And then the other person like kind of guesses or knows it, and then they know how to react or respond. So for us, you know, he's in film school. Like it's always kind of fun for us. We're watching it, and then you know we did get engaged with some of the characters. It was just a fun watch. It was just a brain break watch that was fun, right? So now they're trying to recreate it with.
By the way, that's the terminology when you're watching something really dumb, or if you're doing something really dumb, brain break. Yeah, you use that a lot.
It's a good phrase. I mean,
yes,
I haven't used that phrase in years.
No, I've heard you use that many, many times.
No, I only use it with the kids.
When you're doing something innocuous, or if you're doing something that is.
No, I use it with the kids.
Doesn't require a lot of effort, just kind of relaxing.
Kind of dopey waste of time has become a brain break. That's the term.
If you're really pounding the books and you need a brain break because, you know, you've been studying for 4 hours or you've been writing essays for 4 hours, you need a brain break.
And watching Suits was your brain break with Julian?
In between semesters with Julian,
Right.
it was a brain break.
Now,
we would binge watch Suits.
All right, Suits ran originally on, was it USA Network?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so and what it was like 2010, 2012?
I don't even know.
When the hell did the original Suits run? And I never watched it, but that Meghan Markle was on that show.
Yes, that Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Not that one, the one.
Prince Harry's royal wrecking
Yeah, she wrecked him up good.
wife.
Yeah.
Good for her.
She was on
for her.
Suits.
Good for him.
All right, so the original Suits was 2011 to 2019. And did you guys watch all of the original Suits? Did you finish it?
No.
Hold on, you
We have like maybe a season to go.
Yeah, there's 9 seasons of this show.
Yeah.
I had no
Oh,
idea it
yeah.
was on that long.
Exactly. How the hell something on TV for 9 seasons?
So much stuff.
And I was like not even aware of it.
I've never seen one episode of Suits, and I never heard of Suits before she started dating.
Meghan Markle dated
Spare?
Prince Harry.
Yeah, the second. Yeah, the guy will never be king.
Spare.
That's what he should have titled his book.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The man who would never be king.
There you go.
All right. So
Yeah.
you highly were anticipating this reboot of Suits on NBC.
I did want to see it. I had no expectations because we already know it's not really going to involve any of the original characters. The Harvey Specter, Gabriel, Mike, I don't know. He's coming back.
Who's the guy that has little like chipmunky beaver teeth?
On the show, his name is Louis Litt. I don't know what his real name is.
All right.
But you've seen him in other stuff, and you like him,
Yeah.
actually.
So last night, because he's got a smarmy character, you
Actor's
know?
name is Rick Hoffman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that him?
Yeah.
He's got like little like he's gonna chew through wood and build a dam or something.
Yeah.
But he was in Billions, and you loved him in
Oh
that.
yeah. And you hated Billions.
Oh, that
He's
show
a
was
good
just
character actor.
Yeah, Michelle hated Billions. Anyway, so last night Michelle's got to turn on NBC.
This is NBC.
Yeah, this came on at the top of the hour.
This is the NBC Television Network.
And then this Suits thing, and I'm like, I'm doing show prep, and I'm watching this out of the corner. It was awful. I was mostly engaged in prep, but kind of background noise. Michelle's focused. I'm doing some work, and it was awful. I mean, terrible.
Michelle, what did you think?
It wasn't that good. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Look, it's just a fun watch. If they could recreate the magic that was, in the first few seasons of the original Suits, that would be great. But, it's hard. It's more of a knockoff than a spinoff is what I've read as far as the reviews go.
That's fair.
So, yeah. I mean, they're trying, right?
They're capitalizing on whatever equity Suits name is built up with potential viewers.
Hey,
Exactly.
speaking of Suits,
Yeah.
do you remember last week we did the story about the woman that was run over by the Amazon truck not once but twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to sue.
Yeah, that only makes sense.
Duh. The woman run over by the Amazon truck twice has been identified and will most likely sue. Of course you're most likely going to sue. This is up in Baltimore, and we did the story last week, and the video is horrific. So the Amazon driver in that big, dumb-looking electric truck they have, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the brilliant truck that's saving a lot of emissions.
Yeah.
That one.
You know what?
The brilliant idea truck, the cutting-edge technology,
but
moving toward the future.
Yeah, but then all of the power that has to be used to generate the electricity to power the car.
I remember when they stopped using outhouses and people like, you mean I have to lay pipes now? What? I can't just poop in a hole?
I have zero desire
I'm going to poop in a hole my whole life.
Yeah, that's what you
Oh,
are.
yeah, you're Mr. Green over here. You're driving a gas-guzzling 2010 Lincoln Town... Oh, I'm sorry. You used to drive a gas-guzzling 2010 Lincoln Town car.
Yeah, and I have a Tesla, and I haven't mowed my lawn in 6 months, so I'm feeding the bees, all right?
So now Fesser's got a gas-guzzling 2010 or 2009?
2010.
So now he's got a gas-guzzling 2010 Cadillac DTS.
And the way I drive it, it gets like 8 miles a gallon because I drive it like an ass.
Yeah, Michelle watches you since Michelle's been filling in.
Yeah.
Michelle's seen you rip out of the parking lot.
Yeah, every day.
Squealing out of here
every day.
In fact, she caught it on her cell phone. Listen to this. Yep, that's Fester.
Every day.
So the Amazon truck ran over this woman with the front end and then continues and drives over her again with the rear end. And then the driver takes off. Then the driver leaves. And now we hear, let me share this. Austin Stowe, who is a spokesperson for Amazon, he's in the department that handles Amazon trucks that run over pedestrians.
There's a whole department for it?
Yeah, because there are so many Amazon trucks on the road. Apparently, on average, 9 people are hit by Amazon trucks daily across the country.
If I didn't think you were joking, I would have totally believed that.
I just made that up, but it is so possible. That is so possible that it's probably accurate. But Fester's looking at the video again. Can you imagine this?
No.
And then the driver stops.
Okay,
okay, I just hit a lady. I ran her over twice. All right, let me go. And then the Amazon truck just takes off.
Right, I mean, the driver didn't get out of the vehicle.
Yes, he did.
I mean,
think he did.
No, look.
The what? Yeah, he does.
After the fact.
Yes.
So after the second run over, the Amazon truck is then in the middle of the intersection, and then he gets out. And she's still alive. Up, just a scratch. I'm going to leave.
He apologized.
I got deliveries.
Hey, you okay? Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Somebody ordered some Energizer Double A's. I got to get them there.
Can I just point out, though, that it was dark, and also she was crossing against the light. And so, what the worst thing he did was obviously he got out, recognized. If he'd have stayed at the scene.
All her fault.
No, I didn't say, okay, extremist.
This was her fault until he left.
Exactly.
And then it became his fault for really being a prick.
Even then, you have the responsibility to recognize that maybe someone's in the crosswalk and not run them over, even if you've got the light.
Oh, is that right?
Michelle, you're a lawyer.
And I'm explaining to you. She crossed against the signal that was walking for her.
Wait a minute.
He had the green light to go.
All right, Michelle.
He did. It's 9:30. She's wearing dark clothes. I'm not saying he's right and, he hit the girl and move off. But, he hit somebody.
Hey, lawyer lady, listen to me.
He stopped. And the worst thing I think he did was leave. You just don't leave the scene of an accident.
All right, what have you always told me? That even if it's the other car's fault, if you had the ability to stop, that you could be assigned a percentage. Come on.
I forgot what that's called.
Fill me in on that.
It's like the last, oh my gosh, 25 years ago.
Okay.
If you have the ability to prevent something from happening, you could still be held accountable for some degree of the damage that happens after the fact. Right?
I've seen this video now 25 times, and it
is awful.
Awful. It's awfulsome, which is awful and awesome all at the
But
same
go
time.
back.
So I'm watching it.
Even if she was crossing against the light, even if she had the red man and she didn't have the white walking man, Michelle chuckles at that because the kids always, what'd they say?
When we first moved to New York, they'd be like, the walking man. When the walking man goes on, that's when we can cross the street.
The walking man.
He's in a van. He's up high. She's probably a shorter person. He didn't see her. Let's say he looks up from his...
She wasn't an Oompa Loompa.
Listen,
I mean, come on.
It's a tall van. He's in a big, high-up van. So he doesn't see her. He knows he hit something. But
I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa Doompa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
No, the Amazon truck hit the lady, then would flee.
Yes, that works perfectly.
I could work out the lyrics a little better, but something like that.
So
it's called duty of care. We all have a responsibility to avoid what we can. You can't just.
You said duty.
I did.
You said duty.
So
I'm sorry.
He hits the woman. He knows he hit something.
Right.
But he doesn't see anything.
Yeah.
So he keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, for all he knows, he could have hit like a 2x4 on the road.
My Amazon truck just went.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going.
He pauses. He looks around. He doesn't hear anything. He doesn't see anything. He keeps going, hits something again, then gets out to look. So far, the Amazon driver's in the right. Then they leave.
All right, so
unless she said, I'm okay, keep going.
No harm, no foul.
So this Austin Stowe, who is an Amazon spokesperson in the department of people that Amazon trucks run over, says, we're deeply disturbed by this awful incident, and our thoughts continue to be with Ms. Douglas as she recovers from her injuries. We took immediate action to ensure the driver no longer delivers to Amazon customers, and we're supporting the Baltimore Police Department and other members of law enforcement as they investigate. Do you think Bezos, is he brought up to speed? Mr. Bezos, we want to let you know that one of our drivers ran over a woman in Baltimore. Not once, but twice. Got out of the car. You think Mr. Bezos, you think Jeff Bezos says, send her a floral bouquet?
No, Bezos doesn't even care. He's like, does the Department of Hitting Pedestrians know about this?
Yeah,
yes?
so
okay, I'm
the
fine.
woman's name is Chelsea Douglas.
Yes.
And she's the woman that is seen on video being run over by the van. Her lawyer, of course, she's lawyered up, as she should. Her lawyer is David Ellen. Says she suffered life-threatening injuries. But remember the story we had last week said that she had non-life-threatening injuries.
Well, we'll get your lawyer involved so you juice them up.
Yes, she has severe injuries, has received a ton of requests for interviews and comments. Right now, she and the family need privacy so she can heal.
Oh, come on.
What if the family canceled Amazon Prime?
They probably have Amazon Prime for life.
Yeah. TMZ spoke with Ellen, though. So TMZ spoke with the lawyer who told them it's too soon to know when a suit might be filed because they've got a lot of investigating to do, but it sounds like a lawsuit is probably imminent. We believe she's entitled to significant compensation for what she's been through. She and the family are happy that the suspected driver of the Amazon truck is in custody. Listen, if this goes to court, there will be, I would imagine, a percentage of the situation, of the culpability, right? A percentage would be put on her as well if she did cross against the cross.
All right.
Yeah.
What is this?
What do you think? It's 50-50?
What is this, turning into legal talk now? I don't care
No,
what
I'm
the
just
percentage of the
saying
blame is.
But
Bester, how much do you think she is at fault?
I give her 48% and 52% for the driver.
Folks, if you haven't seen the video, just do a Google search for Amazon truck runs over woman in Baltimore video, and
It'll come right up.
it'll come right up, and it is unbelievable.
Well, when you watch it, the remarkable thing is that she does look like she's responding to him. Like he does touch her.
She kind of waves him up.
Yes.
I'm good.
I mean, that's the impression I almost get that she's like, yeah, okay, So how do we know what was exchanged at that moment in time?
Go deliver your shoe rack.
I mean, I don't know.
I got 5 more deliveries and I'll come back. Okay, ma'am? Okay.
I don't even know how she's responsive. I mean, I would feel like if you got hit like that, run over twice like that, you'd be, hurting, in pain, unconscious. I don't know.
I don't know either. However, the video is pretty amazing.
7:17 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, superstitious people that fly are taking things to a whole new level with the spate of air accidents here in the United States. Now, one of these things I've been aware of, a lot of people, even before the recent accidents with air travel, I've seen people do this. I've known about this. People do this. This is a superstition. The question is, have you ever seen someone do this while you're getting on a plane? Have you ever done this while getting on a plane? But then there are 2 additional things that I've just discovered that people are doing.
All right.
Because of the recent air crashes. Oh, and then a naked crazy woman in Holiday last week running down the street. So I want to try to get someone on the phone, see if she can take our call. A lot of stuff because we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Next, here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Don't move. I've only scratched the surface of the entertainment that we're about to bestow upon you next, including the airplane stuff. Superstitious people. All right, let's talk about... It is 7:26. This rejoin bumper music, the Ramones version of Little Bit of Soul. Fantastic. It sounds familiar. A Little Bit of Soul. Great song. All right, 7:26 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, Michelle hanging out again in studio. Superstitions when it comes to flying. Now, there's a particular thing that I've seen people do, and I've always been aware of this, but with the recent spate of commercial plane accidents, the horrific midair over Washington, over the Potomac, and then what happened with much better results as far as all the passengers surviving and escaping, the Delta Connection flight, which crashed and flipped over in Toronto. I've always been aware of a particular superstition that people have, but I've been aware of or been made aware of additional ones. All right, the superstition, does anyone know where I'm going with this? People, and I'm going to tell you right now, next time you travel, when you're on the jetway, take a look at the people in front of you as they walk off of the jetway into the door of the airplane, and take a look at what some people do. And I've noticed this for years. I've been aware of this one, but some additional ones, I'll let you. Fester.
You talking about the lady?
The what?
The lady as you boarded the plane.
No,
because I've never heard of this before.
No. All right, listen. The one I'm talking about is people touch and tap the plane. So people watch people as they board an aircraft. And again, like I said, I've seen this many, many times. As people are walking on the plane, they will touch the usually it's the right side of the door, because the left side is where the door opens up, either outside or it's pushed inside. But people will touch. Notice this. Next time you travel, and if you've got a line of people ahead of you and you've got a clear view of the passengers entering the aircraft, watch the people that will put their hand, either they'll touch it with their fingers or they'll take their full palm and they'll touch the side of the aircraft, almost like, hey, I'm here. Do a good job.
Let's go. Let's
fly me to my destination safely. Yeah.
I do something like that with. Unlike before long car rides, I talk to the car.
What?
I talk. I acknowledge.
You have a conversation with your car?
Yep. Yep.
Please don't break down on I-75 as I'm driving to Atlanta.
I remind the car that, if it's just me, I don't talk to the car. I mean, I could flip over.
Well, you used to name your cars.
I still do.
What the hell's the caddy's name?
Well, okay, well, the Lincoln was Margaret. And
what year was that Lincoln?
it was 04.
Oh, I said 2010 earlier.
No, that's the Cadillac. The Cadillac's at 2010.
The Lincoln was an 04, and your old Lincoln Town Car's name was Margaret?
Margaret, right. I named it after the woman I bought it from.
Okay.
And or who owned the previous owner before me.
Whose spirit haunted the vehicle.
And
caused Fester to veer off the road several times.
And
then what about the 2010 Cadillac DTS? What's the name of that car?
Frank the Black Tank.
Frank the Black Tank.
Right. Which, if you know anything about RVs, it has a double entendre joke.
Because
the Black Tank's where all the crap goes.
Oh yeah, the Black Tank.
Yeah,
is the
poop tank.
The poop tank.
Yeah, I name every car. My wife's name is my wife's Tesla is named Betty, after Betty White because it's a white Tesla.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a Betty White story today.
There is?
Oh yeah. There's a big Betty White story today that we'll get into a little bit later on. Yeah.
But no, if we take a long drive, I'll talk to the car. All right, let's have a good ride, nice and safe. Let's go. Because I do all the driving. I've talked to rental cars before we've taken long trips.
We had a nanny once who named the car. She had a name for her car.
But but I understand people talking to a plane or talking to an inanimate object that you need a performance out of. Okay, let's go. We're here together. We're in it together. Let's go. Let's have a good flight.
I don't do that.
Nice and easy. I do. I've never touched a plane. I've never thought about it like that. But yeah, I guess I've acknowledged the existence of a plane.
Mm.
All right.
So what are we going to are you going back to the what people do?
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
So notice, and again, I've been aware of this for a while, people will touch the airplane. Next time you board, watch the number of people in line on the jetway that touch the aircraft on the right side as they're entering the plane.
It makes a physical connection with the plane.
Exactly.
Yep.
We're one right now. Let's work together on this and get me to Baltimore safely.
I've only ever seen people do the sign of the cross, like on takeoff and landing.
I've never seen that. You've seen that?
Yes.
Really?
Dude,
yes.
You've never flown next to Joey B. He would rattle off.
Well, he had a whole ritual of like OCD, steps, or he would do like a pattern of things all the time.
Wow.
But our good friend Joey, he would, especially for taking off and landings, he got very anxious, and he sounded like he just walked out of the confessional rattling off Our Fathers and Hail Marys, and he was the first person that I saw that really got into it like that. But he was always aware of the surroundings and any potential danger, and he was doing his best effort to ward off any bad juju.
All right, before we get to the crazy Hernando story, this was no, I'm sorry, this was Pasco, Holiday. I'm sorry, we had a Hernando story earlier. Crazy woman in Holiday up in Pasco, and we have the woman on the line that sent me the story. So hold on, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, we don't have the crazy woman?
No, I don't have the crazy one. All right, so the other two aircraft-related items.
Yeah.
Passenger boarding a Florida-bound flight rubs some kind of blessed oil on the aircraft exterior as they're walking on the aircraft. You know what? Don't put foreign substances on my aircraft, okay?
I'm thinking I don't like that.
Yeah. Passengers boarding JetBlue flights to and from Orlando rubbed blessed oil on the plane's exterior following the recent aviation accidents. Video taken by Desiree Salter shows one passenger pouring out the oil from a small bottle on the jet bridge and signing the cross on the outside of the plane before stepping inside.
Okay.
Capturing the video in Jesus' name, the woman also rubs the oil on the other side of the door before giving a look of "I'm not messing around" to the camera. What the hell? First of all, what is blessed oil? What? I've never heard of blessed oil. I've heard of holy water, but never blessed oil.
I don't know.
And then here's another one. Another passenger apparently sprinkled holy water on the aircraft.
Where did they get it from?
You don't know. Hey, Fester, go to Amazon.
I'll tell you what, TD Jakes sells his branded anointing oil.
Who's TD Jakes?
You don't know who TD Jakes is?
No, I don't know who TD Jakes is.
Okay.
Who's TD Jakes?
I don't know who he is either.
Oh, great.
No,
All
he's a minister that has a large online following.
Oh, who is that guy that was selling like holy water on TV? He was like a TV pastor. Oh, he was like
Baby Billy?
No, not Baby. That's the Righteous Gemstones. Which, by the way, the next season ought to be coming out sometime soon, I would imagine. No, but there was a Popoff. There was some TV preacher named Popoff. Popov. And this guy, if you made a donation, he sent you like a little vial of holy water. Probably came from his toilet.
Peter Popoff.
Yeah, Peter Popoff.
Miracle Spring Water.
Hey, bring up that audio quickly. Hey, Andrew, tell the woman with the crazy Pasco story to hold on. We'll be right there.
Yeah, we got to listen to charlatans.
Bring this up. Listen to this. Listen to this guy.
No. Has always been to be in health and to prosper. And he's using the miracle spring water to do just that.
Look.
I did use the miracle spring water. And a few days later, hallelujah, I received a check from my employer for over $4,000.
Oh, my God. Got the holy water from Peter Popoff. And then this woman did receive the check from her employer for over they just handed her a check. Hey, here's $4,000.
That was actually her severance. She was fired. Here's your severance package. Get the hell out.
Oh, my God. Right. Peter Popoff.
Yeah.
Find another video, because that's someone just recording off their TV with their phone.
I don't know that Mr. Popoff has uploaded anything directly, because a lot of these are like compilation videos.
Is this guy still alive? Peter Popoff? Roll this one. Let me hear this one. Go ahead.
Who could have thought that this simple ear trick could help fight off depression?
No, that's a commercial. That's a commercial.
I'm waiting to get through it.
Skip it.
Peter Popoff wants to send you his miracle spring water, but he wants something in return.
Yeah, he wants $150.
Self-proclaimed prophet promises that his water will cure any financial worries.
Anyway, all right. So give me a break. Send him money, and he'll send you a little pack. You know, it looked like it came in like a mustard packet or a ketchup packet from McDonald's.
If you hold it to the light, you can see French's on one side. Listen, MJ, I want the Peter Popoff plane. Anointed in holy water. I want it washed in this spring water before I board.
All right. So people are sprinkling holy water and rubbing holy oil or blessed oil on airplanes now.
It's one thing to talk to the plane like I do, but if you want to touch it, but don't rub crap on the side.
All right, 7:36 at the MJ Morning Show. So I get a direct message from Christine. Let me see if Christine's there. Christine, are you on line 4? Hello, Christine.
Good morning.
Come in, Christine. Hey, Christine, it's MJ and Michelle and Fester. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
good morning.
Thank you for sending me the direct message. I would imagine that you follow me on Instagram, obviously.
I do. I've been following you for many, many years. We're just putting our house back together from losing it during Helene.
Oh, were you west of 19 in Holiday?
No. I live in Clearwater.
Oh, okay. All right.
My daughter actually took that video. I live on Bel Air and 19 on that waterway that goes out to Old Tampa Bay. Yeah.
All right.
But I found my crotchety CD in my garage. So
did you have it signed?
I know. No way to play it, but I still have it.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, CD players are still around.
I know. I don't have one though.
All right. Well, you can pick one up on Facebook Marketplace for $6. All right. So here's the deal. So Christine sends me this direct message with a video attached on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And Christine writes, "Hi, MJ. I wanted to share this crazy video with you. My daughter lives in Holiday, and this woman was completely naked and threw a garbage can at her passing car. Pasco County's finest. Let me know if you'd like to share. Have a great weekend, Christine." All right, so I'm looking at this video. This woman is just buck naked walking down a street in Holiday in Pasco, and she's throwing the city trash cans at passing cars as they go by.
So the story is, I called my daughter immediately when she sent it to me. She dropped my granddaughter off at school. So this happened actually on Darlington. I don't know if you know where that is.
I
I'm not
don't.
Too familiar with Holiday.
I know where every street in Holiday is. Yeah.
Yeah. So she turned onto Darlington, heading west, heading home, and this woman, she could see her ahead, but she had like a light little nightgown on, but she took it off, and then she put it back on, and then she took it off, and then the city garbage can was laying in the middle of the road.
Right.
So as you can see in the video, the other car was driving around to avoid it. But by that time, she'd already taken the gown off again, completely naked. So I had to watch this like 5 times.
What day was this, last week?
Yes, this was like last Thursday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday.
Did anyone ascertain what kind of a mental episode this woman was having?
No, my daughter called 911 though, because she said obviously something's wrong, and then a few of the other residents around there called the police as well. So we don't know if she ever got arrested or Baker acted or what, but if you can see the end of the video, she clearly has nothing on.
Oh yeah, I mean, completely naked, walking on this street in Holiday.
All right, so are we going to Are we going to share the video, MJ?
Oh, you have to share it.
I mean, how do we share? I mean, on the social medias, isn't there something about naked crazy people?
Yeah, so it's in my direct messages. I got to figure out how do I then post that video.
Can I know I don't know how to share out of Instagram.
Oh,
either.
you know what? How did your daughter send you the video? Did she email it?
I have it in a text. I wonder if I emailed it to you.
Or you could text it to Fester.
No, my bigger point is we can't share.
Oh, yeah, everybody has Fester's number.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 813-310-8444.
Everybody has my number.
Yeah.
But the bigger issue, MJ, is we can't share a video with like naked people in it.
Yeah, I can.
I don't know.
I can put it on my Instagram. Sure.
I think Instagram has rules about boobs and butts.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not blatant. I mean, you can see she's naked.
I mean, a baby rolling around is not blatant, but this lady's naked, right? You're making it sound.
Yeah, she's naked, but
I haven't seen the video.
But it's not like, I don't know if this would. I don't think this would. It's not overtly naked, so I don't know if this would get flagged. Yeah, it's not sexual in nature.
Right, it's not like that. It clearly, I mean.
See, like when we posted my naked picture on your Instagram, it wasn't sexual in nature to most people.
All right.
And it didn't get flagged.
All right. Do me a favor, Christine, try to email it to me, mj@mjmorningshow.com, and we'll see if it goes through. If not, we'll figure something else out, and I'll call you later, okay?
Yeah, text it to me, too.
Sounds great.
And then text it
nice
to...
meeting you guys.
Send it to Fexter. Send it to Fexter. Send it to...
Wait, what's his again? 813 what?
813.
310-8444.
Oh, you know it.
Okay.
She just wants us to say it again. All right, so text it to Fester. That became Fexter. When you text to Fester, it's a Fexter. And then also email it to me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. We'll try to put this up.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you, Christine. I appreciate you sharing.
Oh, no problem. You guys have a great day.
All right, and if anyone knows the story on this woman, I guess we can call probably the Pasco County Sheriff's Office and see if, they have any follow-up on this woman and whether she was, or maybe she was Baker acted.
That's what Sheriff Nocco wants to do, is to talk about naked crazy people throwing garbage cans at cars.
I have the list of what you need to avoid to stay out of the ER. So, listen, this is good information. This is an ER doctor that has a list of things that put people in the emergency room.
Like sudden injuries or sicknesses?
No, these are sudden. These are actions that people take that
okay, all right, I understand.
You can avoid or be very, very careful when doing this stuff.
So it's not like fried food's not going to be on the list.
No, it's not a health issue. It's like no.
My fried food consumption will eventually put me in the ER.
It will
after I have my first heart attack.
These are more immediate. This is not like artery hardening over time.
Just making sure.
So according to this doctor, this is Dr. Pratt.
All right.
Who is an emergency medicine physician at the University of Chicago Medical Center.
It's a pretty reputable place, right?
Yeah, and has a whole list of things that will put you in the ER. Do you know what and Fester, dude, you're an accident waiting to happen with these. Do you know what particular item that people wear that they see people all day long having an incident or accident because of this.
Thongs?
What?
Thongs?
Thongs? No,
Yeah.
why would thongs?
I don't know.
No.
What do people wear
Hold
that
on.
can cause
What's your rationale for saying thongs?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that people wear that could get, wedged or pulled or rip something.
Dude, it's
I don't know.
Crocs.
Oh, okay.
The
yes.
people that stumble and trip with Crocs. Crocs are putting people in the emergency room nationwide on a daily basis.
I love Crocs. I'm wearing them right now.
Yeah, well, of course you are. We know that about you.
Best shoes ever.
You'll go to a funeral wearing Crocs, I'm sure.
Listen.
Do they make funeral Crocs?
Yeah, they're black.
Yeah.
Yes, you wear them at funerals.
They make black Crocs?
They make every color Crocs.
I know. You know,
Listen,
I've never had a pair of Crocs on my feet.
if I never put on another pair of shoes except for Crocs for my entire life, I'm fine.
And Michelle, you've never had Crocs on either, have you?
Mm-mm.
Michelle and I have never tried a pair of Crocs. All right, so that's just the tip of the iceberg here. So he sees people all the time with Crocs injuries and broken ankles, people tripping, falling.
Whatever. This guy's on the take from like Hoka. They paid him off.
By the way, I tried Hokas like 5 years ago.
What? You don't like Hokas?
Michelle just went. Did you hear Michelle?
I heard was that a snort or a chort? What was
Snortle.
All right, you can't use some of the terminology that you've used in the past. So I put Hokas on, and I think I bought the Pambondis.
Yeah.
I think
They have the Pambondis.
They have the Pambondi Hokas.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought the Bondis. That's what they're called, the Bondis.
You bought them or you tried them on?
No, I bought them.
Okay.
You bought them.
I bought somebody we knew convinced me to try Hokas.
Yeah, like every doctor and nurse I've ever seen in the last 4 or 5 years has Hokas on.
Michelle, what happened when I wore Hokas?
It changed your gait, and you walked seemingly with a little.
What?
Like you needed some assistance, like a toddler that needed assistance.
Michelle said I was walking like that Seinfeld episode where Kramer had like too much Novocaine.
Yes. I mean, you definitely,
Michelle said that the Hokas made me walk kind of spastic.
Okay.
Can I say that? Is that cancelable spastic?
We'll find out. I'm sure I can think of a couple people that are probably waiting to call the manager of the radio station as soon as the show's over.
Michelle forced me to stop wearing Hokas.
I was like, yeah, you're not wearing those.
I was walking funny.
You looked vulnerable.
It looked like I had some issues.
You did. Yeah, you did.
So Michelle single-handedly stopped me from wearing Hokas. And, I wore them for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. And then going back to regular sneakers, it felt really weird.
Yeah, because the Hokas are so awesome.
Well, because you're wearing them.
By the way, I've got a brand because I bought 2 pair.
Right.
And I have one completely unworn pair, like a relic. It's like I think they're like 20. These are probably 8 or 9 years old now.
Right. But they're still good.
And I've got a brand new pair. Maybe I should try to give those away.
Well, like as a prize at the radio station? If you get men who wear size 8.5?
9.5.
Oh, apologies.
All right. So, hang on a sec. Michelle's on, Chloe's on hold. Yeah, Chloe's calling in, our daughter. Yes, Chloe.
Okay, Mom, do you remember a story that happened when Dad wore those shoes?
No.
What?
We were somewhere driving, and he was wearing his shoes, and we had to pull over to get gas. And Dad had to get out to pump the gas. And a man, a stranger, came up and asked Dad if he needed help.
See?
That's what I remember.
See? Maybe I wasn't with you guys when that happened.
Because the Hokas look like some kind of special orthopedic shoe or something?
Yeah, a special brain shoe.
Over. Yeah. He was like, sir, do you need some help pumping the gas?
Man.
See, there you go. I was not alone in my assessment of how they
Listen,
made you appear.
You are making so many enemies right now by dissing Hokas.
What are you?
All
right, let's go to the Hoka enemy lines. If you're angry at my characterization of Hokas,
we're gonna get back to this medical doctor. Keep you out of the ER list later.
No. I'm gonna get right into. I'm gonna do the list quickly, and then we'll get some Hoka calls. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So I quit wearing the Hokas because they made me walk funny.
They did. They made you walk funny. I walked behind you and I was like, yeah, you got to get rid of those.
Michelle forced me to get the hell out of the Hokas.
Well, I was worried if we're changing your gait. Like, how does that also change, your feet, your spine, your hip?
Maybe he's been walking wrong all the other time.
Oh, and the Hoka fixed things?
No.
It's the super padded. Maybe we're supposed to walk like that.
No.
All right. Let's go to the Hoka phones. 800-990-1047. You agree with Michelle's assessment of me and Hokas? Or do you totally disagree? Are you a total Hoka lunatic? All right, Michelle, say bye to Chloe.
Bye, Chloe.
I'd also like to add that I bought Hokas because they were recommended to me for running, and they did not change my gait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be the person. It could be operator error.
And that's the other thing is that, you are sort of spastic in your motions and how you like, how Fester's already said, acknowledge that there's something going on up your associations. So I could see where you pumping gas with the Hokas on might make someone else think that you need some help.
All right. Bye, Chloe. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. The Hoka sneakers. Would you like to comment on our discussion we just had? Do you love them? Have they changed your walk? Do you agree that what Michelle said, that she got me out of the Hokas because they made me walk funny? Agree or disagree? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, quickly, let me blow through Dr. Pratt's University of Chicago Medical Center list of things that'll put you in the ER.
But I do have something to say about that other one that's coming up.
Oh, okay. So number one, in no particular order, these are just dangerous things that'll put you in the ER.
Right.
People that wear Crocs will put you in the ER. Then, Michelle, this next one happened to you.
Yes, it did.
Don't slice an avocado in a hurry. The number of avocado cutting injuries where people slice their hands, they need stitches. Michelle, within the last year or so, you sliced yourself cutting an avocado.
It was my ring finger, and thank goodness I did not have. We were in the house, so I don't normally wear my wedding band around the house when I'm doing stuff. And thank goodness I didn't have it on, but I went to try to take that pit or that seed, whatever the heck that thing is.
It's called a pit.
The pit.
The pit.
Yeah.
Went to stab it with a knife to get it out.
In fact, I call it the Brad Pitt.
The serrated knife went right through, sliced my finger, like where, meets the hand.
Yep.
And they couldn't stitch it. She was like, I can't, there's no real way to stitch that. We just had to sort of steri strip it.
All right, every line is jammed. So let me go through the list quickly, then we'll go to phones on this. All right, so Crocs.
Avocados.
Don't slice an avocado in a hurry. These are things that will put you in the ER, according to an ER doc. Next is trampolines. And I've always heard this. Trampolines are dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
Worst toy to buy your child.
Yeah.
Well, how about the ones where it has the netting that keeps you inside?
I don't think that changes anything.
Right.
That only kind of confines the injury.
Thank you.
Listen to this. Over 800,000 injuries were reported associated with trampolines between 2009 and 2018. Mm-hmm. Almost 1 million injuries because of trampolines.
I'll tell you right now, the funniest joke I've ever heard, well, maybe not ever, is how they used to call it an Olean before your mom got on.
Okay.
Then they called it a trampoline.
Oh, can we stop?
Oh, Fester.
Julian will appreciate that
stop.
joke. He likes your mom jokes.
So, doctor says when I hear trampoline, he says, we're not going to that birthday party. So he's saying that when like his kids are invited to a birthday party and it's going to be like a trampoline party, they say no.
A bounce house is much safer than a trampoline because at least your air is helping you.
Next item, don't pet strange dogs.
Duh.
Yeah, the number of dog bites, like people petting a stranger's dog, the number of dog bites that he sees out of control. All right, don't ride without a helmet, the number of head injuries, obviously. So those are like everyday things that put people in the ER. So if you want to avoid it, just follow those
I
instructions.
legitimately do every one of these things, from wearing Crocs while I cut avocados, petting strange dogs.
All right, let's go to phones.
I do all these things.
Every line is jammed.
And a trampoline.
800-990-1047. So questions about the hokas.
Before we take any calls,
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, you're making enemies by talking about hokas making you walk like you have a special.
Wait a minute. I'm not
special
making
condition.
I'm not making enemies, Michelle.
You are making people are passionate about these stupid shoes. Nurses, doctors swear by them.
I bought hokas at a friend's recommendation, and then Michelle forced me to stop wearing them because they made me walk all weird. All right, Donna in Tampa. Donna, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, go ahead, Donna. We're great.
All right. So I was a runner for a little over 6 years, and my last marathon, it was warm. I swelled up. I couldn't get the shoes loose enough. They were bothering me.
Right.
Well, as it turns out, I ended up with a trapped nerve in one of my feet.
Oh,
and
man.
ended up with surgery. Ended up with surgery. It's called Morton's neuroma. And honestly, I think it was from wearing the hokas. I quit wearing hokas, and I'm fine.
Oh, wow. All right, Donna, thanks for the
You're
call.
blaming the hokas on your swollen feet?
All right, Lori.
It's not their fault.
Oh, Lori, is this? It says new nurse. Is this the woman that just passed the nursing exam? Hang on a sec. Let me grab. What line is Lori on? Lori's on 4. Yeah. All right, Lori. Hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, MJ. I'm just cracking up because in all of these years that I've listened to you, I've never had the luck of calling in and getting in on the first try.
All right. So you're new. You're a nurse.
Yeah. So I'm the one that just passed the NCLEX
Right.
that I called in last
week.
You're the new nurse that that just passed the RN exam. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. So I do love my hokas, and I will say that I bought a pair after doing some clinicals as a student and seeing a lot of the nurses wearing them. I do like them, but I will say it did change the way I walk.
Yeah.
There is something to that. I did feel a little funny when I was walking, but I love my on clouds, and they do the same thing. It's an adjustment. Yeah, your feet have to get used to it. The one thing I do love about the hokas is that I can sometimes roll my ankles, and the bases are so fat that it's an impossibility to roll your ankles in those shoes.
Well, it's like you're walking on marshmallows or something.
Yeah, it gives you support, and it takes pressure off of your spine.
I felt a little wobbly, and also the the on clouds. Those are the OCs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think of Orange County, down in the OC.
So do I.
So on the OC shoes, you see tons of people. I've never had a pair of those on, but those seem to be like one of the hip. Just give me my New Balance 990 version 6s or whatever they're up to all day long.
You got it, Boomer.
Yeah, shut up.
Look, I love Sauconys. My husband loves Sauconys. He ran track for in college, and I love Sauconys. So there's something to be said about the old school shoes that how they fit your feet. But sometimes you got to branch out and try something new.
Well, I did, and Michelle yanked them off my feet, essentially. Thank you, Lori. Chad is in Tampa. Hello, Chad.
Hey, MJ. How's it going?
Okay.
Very good. So I've never owned them, but I tried them on, and they definitely felt very, very weird and different.
They're supposed to. They give you extra cushioning to take pressure off of everything north of your ankles.
Maybe if I bought them and actually wore them for a while, who knows? But just trying them on was definitely weird.
Chad, this is a very uneducated call, Chad.
And I love your guys' show, man. MJ, you guys are awesome.
Thank you, Chad. I appreciate it. Hey, one question for you. Do you have all your teeth?
Yes.
All right, very good. Yeah, Michelle wants me to, again, ask random callers if they have their teeth. Chad, thank you for listening, pal.
Take care.
You bet. Catherine, Perth Amboy? Is that?
I don't know.
Why? Catherine, are you calling from Perth Amboy, New Jersey?
Yes, that's right.
Wow, right off the Garden State. All right, go ahead, Catherine.
I own 2 pairs of Hokas, and they have been great. Every other shoe I used to wear would make my feet hurt and also my back hurt. But ever since my doctor recommended Hokas, I've been walking well, and I don't pain up anymore.
All right, so they're good for you.
They are.
All right, Catherine, and tell me why you're listening in Perth Amboy.
Because Q105 is a great station, and I started listening to you recently, and I can't get you up here unless I have you on the app.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's a great way to start the day.
All right. So much better than Elvis Duran on Z100?
Yes, definitely.
I agree. I agree. Thank you so much.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100. Hot rockin' Z the flamethrower. Z100.
Yeah, look at that. All right, let's grab Lee in Tampa. Lee, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. I was imagining, have you seen those videos where people put socks on their dogs? And then walking outside?
Yeah, so I saw that a lot.
you.
I saw that a lot in Manhattan because people are walking their dogs on the filthy sidewalks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is you with those hokas on.
All right. Lee, I've seen videos where people put like socks on cats, and the cats
Yes.
walk
freaking out
with just this freaky
Oh, no,
leg.
I've seen videos of people putting Scotch tape on cats' feet. That freaks them out as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's like animal abuse.
Yeah.
So it was cruel and unusual punishment for you with those shoes.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I love my hokas, but again, like Fester said, maybe you're special and you need your
He's special, all right.
Lee, you there? Lee, what happened to you?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you just dropped out. All right, there you are.
Thanks, Lee.
I don't know. I'm here. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right, Lee, have a great day. All right, let me grab a few more, then we're going to move on. Haley in Brooksville. Haley, MJ Morning Show, you're on. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, Haley. Go ahead.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So we were calling. It's myself and my son. We listen to you every morning. We want you to wear the shoes tomorrow. Model them for us.
Yeah, wear the new shoes. Do you know where they are?
Yes. Well, Michelle, do I still have one of the older pairs, or did I chuck those? I know I have a brand new pair.
I have no idea.
In the box in my closet.
Haley, that's a great idea.
All right, I'll bring them in.
We want to see what the gate looks like.
Yeah, wear them.
Oh,
we want
my
to see.
gosh.
Let's make a video.
All right, so I have a brand new pair I know in the box. So maybe I'll put those on and just walk for a few minutes, and then we'll give those away. Because they'll still be pretty much new.
Well, if you walk in the hallway here, it's carpeted, so they'll get nothing on the bottom.
All right. Thank you, Haley. Tell your son I'll consider it for tomorrow. All right, two more. Julie in Tampa. Look at the hookah phones have exploded. Julie, Tampa, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hi.
Hey, I just want to let you know my son Jackson, when he was 3 years old, he's 19 now, but when he was 3, he wore Crocs to school and broke his femur bone.
Oh, my God, at 3?
Yep, and he had to be in a body cast for 2 months.
What?
A femur? Put him in a body cast?
Yep, broke. It's the biggest bone in your body. It's the hardest bone to break. And
your 3-year-old broke them wearing Crocs?
Yes.
I guess it's
I could have sued Crocs. I could have sued Crocs, but then I'd have to sue the daycare and my ex-husband. So it would have just been horrible. So
wow.
We just stayed in bed for 8 weeks watching Cars. It was horrible.
And now he wears hokas, right?
No.
All right.
You guys have a good day. Everybody in Tampa, hey.
Hey, Julie, thank you. All right, one last call. Mary Elizabeth. Hello, Mary Elizabeth in Tampa. Go ahead.
Hey, you guys. Hokas rule. I own 2 pair. I own the running shoe, and I own the hiking boot, and Fester's right. It makes you feel like you're walking on marshmallows at the same time. It supports your feet, your ankle, your knees, your hips, and your spine. My body has neuropathy, and I'll tell you that my body doesn't hurt when I have my Hokas on.
I'm telling you.
And by the way, MJ, your gait, your walk must need to be corrected. I'm a track and field coach, and when you already walk funny and you put on a good pair of shoes, you have to wear them so that your body will correct itself.
Okay.
So
all right.
if it looks funny, it's only because you need them.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Coach Mary Elizabeth, and when you wear your Hokas, it feels like you're walking on what?
Air. It makes you feel really, really light.
Does it ever make you feel like you're walking on sunshine?
Hey, listen, even the hiking boot
That
light.
is right here, Fester.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Mary Catherine Gallagher. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Have a good day, you guys.
Thanks, Coach. I should have told her about when I threw shot put for like 3 weeks in track and field.
Man, the hoka. Andrew's turning people away.
I'm telling you, MJ, people are passionate about their hokas.
I guess there are more hoka fans than not. All right, exciting Betty White news. Breaking Betty White news. The U.S. Postal Service has set a date to release a Betty White commemorative stamp. Now, there's one drawback here because it's going to be the self-adhesive, the sticky one. I really want to lick Betty White. All right?
What? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I want to lick Betty White. It's a good picture of old B-dubs.
Very cobwebby. So the U.S. Postal Service will issue a Betty White stamp honoring this golden girl, and the street date is going to be March 27th. So about a month away, your chance to get a U.S. Postal Service Betty White Forever stamp.
Did she approve this before she died?
I don't think so.
I mean, her estate had to approve it, or you'd think, right?
I would think.
I mean, they don't make stamps after just anybody. I mean, you have to be some significant contributor to society or culture or history to get a stamp.
The Betty White stamp. You know, what other actors have received a stamp?
Was it ever like a Clark Gable stamp or somebody like from the,
I don't know.
I don't want to say olden days, but some old time?
That would be olden. Yeah, that would be olden days, Fester.
Let me see. Let me type into the Google actors who have been on stamps.
What about a Pauly Shore stamp?
You don't want to lick that one, man. You get high as a kite.
Seriously, Betty White stamp is coming out on March 27th.
All right, so a list of people who've been on postage stamps. Okay, so Betty Davis.
Oh my God, there's a massive list.
These aren't all actors. I have to break it down a little bit.
I haven't purchased stamps in a long time because I just don't mail much. And I've got a couple. I think I might have half a book of like the generic American flag stamp.
All right, so John Wayne's been on a stamp. Judy Garland, Gary Cooper.
Really?
Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Has his stamp.
Cary Grant. Look, there's Cary Grant.
Hitchcock, James Cagney. I mean, legends. The Lucille Ball stamp.
Oh, Richard Simmons.
Yes.
Yes. There should be a Richard Simmons stamp.
Audrey Hepburn had a stamp.
Great. Did you say Lucille Ball?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
She's got Betty Davis eyes. She was on a stamp.
Well, yeah, you can buy Betty Davis stamps as well.
How about the Pee Wee Herman stamp? He could be sitting in a porno theater in Sarasota.
Stop it.
Guy goes out for one night in Sarasota.
Manipulating.
Guy goes out one night by himself in Sarasota. He never lives it down. Guy's a comedic genius.
Let him go.
You ready for this? Now freaking coffee's dangerous for you again. I mean, you get whiplash. Now, this doesn't really matter to me because I don't drink coffee. But this has been a joke on this show that coffee's good for you, then it's bad for you, then it's good for you, then it's bad for you. I mean, seriously, I've got neck problems watching this story go back and forth over the years. And now the latest is coffee is harmful to humans. The European Union, that's the EU, has set in a regulation banning the use of caffeine as a pesticide. What?
Oh, as a pesticide?
Yeah. Bureaucrats claim that caffeine is harmful to humans if swallowed, prompting fears of a coffee ban. What?
All right, so
the report said the substance, a central component of coffee, caffeine, could cause adverse effects on the heart, hydration, body temperature, as well as triggering anxiety and sleep problems. There was not, it's caffeine, duh. It's going to keep you awake, but what does it have to do with coffee is harmful to humans? Banning the use of caffeine as a pesticide? What does that mean?
They want to use it as a pesticide.
No, this thing ban it as a pesticide?
A French company wants to use the caffeine as a pesticide. And so if they do start using it as a pesticide, they're saying that because they can use that as a pesticide, then it will be, labeled as dangerous to humans.
Because it's a pesticide, but
right.
where it's all natural because it's used coffee grounds.
There can be things that are all natural that have another use that is not bad for you.
I mean, they're going to use it to ward off insects from crops of cabbages and potatoes.
Yeah, I've heard of using like leftover coffee grounds for like farming or natural farming or organic farming.
And sometimes they tell you to put it around your house to I think get rid of some kind of pest.
Ants or
there's something like that.
Yeah, I mean, insects don't necessarily like crawling through coffee grounds.
Hey, Andrew, did you get the F-bomb on this audio clip? Is it nicely bleeped? All right. He says yes.
Is this about coffee still?
No.
I'm about to say, because this guy's really worked
No.
up.
This is a play-by-play hockey broadcaster who is calling a Rangers Buffalo Sabres game, and the puck hits the guy right in the head. And he said the worst possible thing on live television. Listen.
The puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 in the opening period.
Oh, man.
Dude, I feel pain for that guy.
Oh, my God. The guy, loud as can be, the guy goes, "Oh, puck!" But obviously the P was replaced with an F. On live television, the dude's name is Rob Ray, got hit in the head with an errant puck from Rangers defenseman Will Borgen on Saturday. And my God, the uncensored version of this is unbelievable.
The puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 in the opening period. And the Razor just took a...
Hey, Andrew, do you have that handy on the file? Do you have that? Can you, like, maybe leave a little bit of a k at the end? It is. When I saw this yesterday, I started laughing hysterically because the guy doesn't mutter it under his breath. The guy is, and you can hear the slap where the puck hits the dude in the head. Again, calling live play-by-play on TV, New York Rangers, Buffalo Sabres, and he gets hit. Oh, I guess Andrew says he was a sideline. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, okay. So the announcers, the two guys that call the game, they usually sit on like the media box level.
It's kind of like when they go to Aaron Andrews on the side of the the NFL game, for some commentary. Right?
That's crazy.
Oh my God! Listen,
the puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 in the opening period. And the Razor just took another one.
This guy
took one.
This guy just took one.
Yeah, MJ. Yeah, I have to acknowledge how quickly he recovered and got right back into announcer mode.
But he has like a welt on his forehead and like a cut and a bruise. And then he's holding his head. And I mean, those hockey pucks can be drilled at what? Like 80, 100, 110 miles an hour?
And they're frozen solid. The ones they use for on hockey, they're ice cold.
Huh.
My God. And the puck is hard to begin with, but then when you make it even colder with like cold ice.
He's lucky he didn't lose an eye.
Oh, that could have hit him in the eye. Could have knocked his eyeball out.
Killed him.
Yeah.
He cracked his skull, hit his head, falling backwards.
What's worse, getting slapped in the head with a hockey puck or having a Chinese throwing star thrown at your face?
At the face?
Andrew, do you have a subsequent audio bite for me yet? Do you have it? All right, Andrew says, yeah, Andrew's going to let a little bit more of the F-bomb go.
Okay.
But it is, Michelle wanted to know why I was laughing so hard. Michelle's in the kitchen last night, and all of a sudden I'm just cracking up. And I come across this story, and here's this audio bite. Andrew, hurry up. Just let me know when just play it from in there if you have it, because I got to move on.
I mean, you got to figure the players are all wearing helmets, but none of the coaches are. None of the announcers are.
Yeah, the guy on the sideline is not wearing anything on his head. And then everyone rushes to his. All right, here we go. All right, here's again. This is the audio with a little less bleep.
The puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 here in the opening period. And
oh my God! All right,
that's hysterical.
Admittedly, the guy took it like a king, man. He's still there, still announcing.
Yeah.
He's Rob Ray. Is that his name?
Rob Ray's the guy's name. Wow.
Holy crap.
Tough man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Tougher than I am.
Hey, this is a story with a little bit of a local connection years ago, and I laugh out loud when I think about this. Lindsay Lohan's father, Michael.
He jumped out of the balcony at the Tahitian Inn.
He did.
Dude, I went to, it might have been a year or so. Is Pac's place still in the Tahitian Inn?
I think so.
Pox Place, South Tampa restaurant.
I think it's called Patches.
What?
I think it's pronounced Patches Place.
Have I been pronouncing it wrong for 40 years?
It's not Pox.
I
thought
it was Pox Place.
No, it's not Monkey Pox.
No, I thought it was P-A-C-H, Pox.
Yeah, I think it's Patches.
Okay, there's no T. Anyway, that's not here nor there. This legendary South Tampa breakfast place, I think it's now
the Tahitian Inn.
Is in the Tahitian Inn.
Right.
And I went to the Tahitian Inn to eat at Patches Pox Place and then sneak into their pool, which isn't that great, but it's kind of fun. And and I'm telling my kid, I was like, hey, you know what this place is really known for? Michael Lohan jumping from that balcony up there.
So Lindsay, I think it's pronounced Lohan. I think that's
Are you going to correct everybody's
gosh.
No, I'm correcting.
Lohan, Edith Patches?
I'm correcting myself because I originally said Lindsay Lohan.
Hey, who cares?
But I think it's Lohan. So Lindsay Lohan's father, Michael Lohan, arrested for assaulting his estranged wife. And I would not be doing this story unless we brought up what was that, 2009, 2010? Find the old story. So Tampa police trying to take Michael Lohan, Lindsay's father, into custody while he was staying at the Tahitian Inn. And in order to avoid arrest, he jumped off like the second or third story balcony at the Tahitian Inn on South Dale Mabry.
October of 2011.
There we go.
Michael Lohan runs from cops, jumps off balcony. So the sleepy little Tahitian Inn's been there forever.
It was in the national news.
On Dale Mabry, next to the Italian restaurant or next to Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, here we go. This is from Channel 10. Channel 10, October 27, 2011. Michael Lohan to be hospitalized overnight, jump balcony to get away from TPD. He said he violated a judge's order because he's a sucker and an idiot.
That's all right.
Lindsay Lohan's father, Michael Lohan, was arrested again Thursday morning by Tampa police after investigators say that he contacted his girlfriend, Kate Major. And guess what? He's in trouble for assaulting her. That's why he's in trouble again in 2025.
They're still together?
Holy
that's what I'm thinking.
So this is from October 27th of 2011, 14 years ago. And Tampa police said that he contacted his girlfriend, Kate Major. Judge Walter Heinrich told Lohan, if you even dream about her and you violate my order, you will go to jail. Investigators say he did more than dream. Lohan had been in front of the judge in Tampa on charges that he beat up Major, his on-again, off-again girlfriend. After that warning from the judge, Lohan was released. We saw the defendant fall from a third-floor balcony next to the one we were standing on. The defendant apparently leaped up from his balcony and grabbed a hold of the roof. He then must have scurried across the roof about 30 feet until he thought he was hanging over the top of the next balcony. The defendant let go, missed the balcony, came crashing down on top of wooden high chairs that were laying on the ground. The fall was 34 feet.
That's quite a fall,
The
man.
defendant then hid in some trees directly below where he was apprehended. My family has been here for 60 years. We've had excitement, but not quite like this, said Pupello. That's right.
He was the owner?
Pupello owned. Yeah, remember, he came up to us and said hi to us at the Tahitian Inn years ago when the kids were kids.
He owns the place.
Well, when the kids were younger, they were there.
When the kids were kids.
When the kids were kids.
You were an adult?
Oh, my God.
All right, so was this the visit to Tampa that Michael Lohan came to the radio station and stood outside in the hallway and like cursing at you through the glass?
That's right.
Was that the same visit? Because we were talking smack about him then,
That's
too.
right. So we, for whatever reason, I forgot about this. Michael Lohan, Lindsay's father, then hunted us down, came to the radio station, and went around the side of the building and was banging on my studio window.
Yep.
And he was outside. We had to call the cops.
Yeah.
We thought he was a madman. It was Lindsay Lohan's father banging on the first floor studio window over at the old radio station.
We had this secure radio station with like double locks on all the exterior doors, except for the side newsroom where all the people would smoke.
Yep.
And Sue's out there burning heaters left, right, and center. And he just walks right in and finds us. And he's like, he's banging on. Thankfully, we should have invited him in the studio.
My God.
You know, he and his wife lost custody of their kids.
Really?
Yeah, back in, what was this, 2015?
I didn't know they had.
Yeah, they have a couple of kids, and the judge took them away and gave them to his mom.
All right.
I mean, he's obviously a troubled man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, he's a troubled man.
I don't support smacking your old lady around, but he sounds like a really good time.
But to fall off the third floor of the Tahitian Inn and hit some chairs, and bushes and everything.
Okay. Michael Lohan goes to the Hard Rock. I'd hang out with him anytime. He sounds like I hang out with a lot of people. I hang out with. He sounds like a blast.
Are you aware of? And again, he's back in the news
for the arrest.
Yeah, so that's why he's back in the news and. Just memories of the Tahitian Inn incident, and then Fester reminding me that he stalked this at the radio station.
Who do we call to get one of those Tampa historical markers put in front of the Tahitian Inn commemorating Michael Lohan jumping off the balcony?
One of those roadside markers?
The green ones, like something historical happened here, you know? You can stop and read the paragraph.
Like some kind of Ybor City memory or historical event?
That's right. Teddy Roosevelt took a leak right here. And you read about it.
Oh, well, wait a sec. The Tampa PD officer that arrested Michael Lohan is on the phone.
Oh, my God. Get on.
Hang on a minute. Good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
MJ, Craig Miller. I'm retired with Tampa Police. I was the one. Yeah, I was the one that arrested Michael Lohan with Sergeant T.J. Miller, which is not related to me, but he was my sergeant and Johnny Ladd. He was over at. He was dating that Kate +8 girl. Remember her?
No, it wasn't that Kate. It was he didn't get into that with Kate Gosling.
Yeah, he was living with her off of West Shore in Cyprus, an apartment. And he was, it was domestic violence, and then we had to track him down. He got arrested, then he got released, and he was over at the Tahitian Inn, and he was hanging from the gutter, and he fell, down on the tables and all that stuff. It was crazy. Yeah.
His girlfriend's name is
TMZ.
Kate Major.
Pull up the TMZ on TMZ. We're on TMZ. There was some TMZ guy there, and he was, videoing it. It was crazy. That guy was a mess. He was all pilled up and stuff.
He was all pilled up. Well, maybe that's why he survived falling off of the. He was so loose and pilled up. That's why he didn't have any major injuries from falling from the third floor roof of the Tahitian Inn on Dale Mabry.
Right. When I got his ID, I'm like, Lohan. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, are you? He's like, yeah, that's my daughter. I'm like, he was a big guy up in New York, like on the stock exchange and all, whatever. Then he's. And then we're like, we don't need you in Tampa anymore. Then he moved. I mean, I guess he went through domestic violence stuff. But, yeah, I think he was dating that Kate +8 girl.
No, his girlfriend's name is Kate Major. Kate Gosling is from Kate +8.
All right,
they're both blonde-headed.
It's a different Kate.
Yeah, it's not the Kate +8.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Kate whatever that was.
Yeah,
but
her girlfriend's name is Kate.
He had a little apartment over there and, whatever. He was a mess.
he guess what? It's 2025. This is 14 years later. He's still a mess.
Yeah. So my wife just said, call in because you're the officer, and what happened now? What did he get arrested for?
Oh, this is great. Oh, so he's arrested for some type of domestic violence. Allegedly, but it's the same woman. Allegedly assaulting a strange wife, Kate Major. I mean, so this is now in Texas, in Harris County, the Houston area.
Which he is partially correct. This Kate did date
wait a sec.
Gosling.
He fell off the fourth floor of a Red Roof Inn. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, come on.
I'm joking. No, I'm kidding.
So, hold on. So you're saying Kate Major dated John Gosling, the husband from Kate +8?
Yes. And so then when Michael married her, then that became a big beef.
So there's some connection.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
kind of, right.
What's your first name? What was your first name again?
Domestic violence.
Craig.
Crazy.
Craig. You're Craig?
Craig Miller, yeah.
All right, so
I did 20 years there.
Yeah, Craig, how long have you been retired now?
2020 I left.
All right.
For you.
Well, are you enjoying retirement?
Oh, I love it.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for. Yeah. So you were one of the arresting officers at the Tahitian Inn on Michael Lohan. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I signed the affidavit. Sergeant Miller was there, and Johnny Ladd. We were there. That's our zone. It was
and was that the highlight of your TPD career?
Oh no! I mean, I arrested a couple Bucks players back in the day. I mean, yeah, it's part of it. I still talk about it, but yeah, there's crazy stuff going on out there in Tampa. It's insane.
It is a crazy little town, ain't it?
Thanks for your service to my city for all those years.
Yeah, no problem, MJ. Nice talking with you.
Nice talking with you.
Craig.
That's great. You never know who's going to call the show. Listen, we encourage people whenever. They're a perfect example. And it's been getting so good lately. If ever you have anything to add to this show, just call us.
Call in.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Are you guys aware of the aggressive baby naming trend?
No.
Is it like naming like a kid after a gun?
Yeah. So that and other things. I read a story over the weekend. I meant to send this to you, but I forgot. So you could be up to speed on it as well.
Like you name your kid Bazooka or something?
Well, hey, dude, you're not far off.
Or shoulder-held rocket launcher.
Dude, you're RPG.
Yeah. That's what they call it.
Rocket-propelled grenade.
That's what the kid's name is.
Yeah. You don't want to name a girl grenade, though. That's not good. All right. So here's the deal. There is a trend of naming babies these aggressive names, which, some of these will be problematic. And some of the names are ridiculous. I might grab some calls on this in a minute. So I got to share some of these. These are some baby names that started popping up regularly. The Social Security Administration, they keep track of babies and baby names. And, some of these names, I'll share these with you, weapon-inspired names. So there's a website called Nameberry. Have you heard of this? It's like a baby naming website.
Nameberry.
Nameberry.
Okay.
Nameberry.
All right.
Nameberry. It's not a frozen yogurt shop. It's Nameberry. And a lot of these names first appeared in the 2000s. And some of the names like Wesson, Caliber, Shooter, Trigger. Hold on. You're going to have a kid go to school with a name like Shooter? I've never known a kid named Shooter. Wesson. Now,
like the oil?
Like Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, okay,
but
right.
also, I think of Wesson Oil.
Yeah, the oil.
Yeah, Wesson Oil.
Wesson Oil.
Yeah. So Wesson, Caliber, Shooter, Trigger. These are some of these aggressive kid names. And then other aggressive weapon-based kid names that are popping up in the last couple of years. Blade. Cannon.
I was only kidding when I said bazooka, by the way.
Remington. We had Remington Steel. Remember that old TV show? Colt. So I've heard of Colt. Ruger. Ruger's a handgun manufacturer.
Yeah.
Winchester.
It's a long name.
I have never heard a kid named this.
What?
Arson.
I mean, who would name their kid that?
I mean,
you're naming your kid after deliberately setting a fire?
I mean, it's one letter off of Anson, right? I mean, it's
Arson. Cutter. Dagger.
Cutter. Isn't that like a psychological ailment?
They're calling these names with violent edges. And this is recent data from the Social Security Administration. It's the aggressive baby name trend. And there are people that are alarmed. 2021, the name Wesson was used, according to Social Security data, in 2021, 306 times. So 306 times, parents named their kid Wesson in 2021. But again, I think of Smith and Wesson, but we also said, Wesson Oil a few minutes ago.
I just think of the oil.
What was that commercial with the mom from the Brady Bunch?
I think it was Wesson.
Wessonality, right? Wasn't that a thing?
Florence Henderson?
Yeah, Florence. Thank you. Florence says Carol Brady.
Yeah.
Wasn't she singing some song about Wesson Oil and Wessonality?
I don't
Wesson
know.
ad with Florence Henderson,
Yeah.
1980. You want 80 or 84?
No, give me 84 first.
84.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me hear this.
If you want to know a difference between Wesson Oil and reformulated Crisco, look right here. See, reformulated Crisco adds polysorbate 80,
Oh.
an additive that makes fried food absorb more oil. And Wesson? Wesson doesn't.
No.
Wesson just gives you crispy, juicy chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Without polysorbate 80.
Yep, thanks.
Come and get it, just as crispy as you like it, 'cause Wesson keeps it juicy inside.
Juicy and real crispy with Wesson.
Oh, look at that. That's Mama Brady right there.
I'll tell you right now, man. Back in the day, Florence Henderson could have got it, man. I tell you what, she is a dime.
All right. Caliber, Mace.
Mace?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna spray you with mace.
Just name your kid Pepper Spray.
What's that? What's the thing called? Like the spiky ball on a chain?
That's a mace as well.
Oh,
Mace,
I never thought about that.
Mace is the spiked ball like in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the medieval thing. So, Mace? Oh, you ought to name a kid Taser.
Yeah.
What
Good
if any kids are named Taser? You know, let's go to phones on this. Just ask our listeners right now, do you know anyone with kids with these names? Or are there any other aggressive names that you can add to the list that we haven't mentioned? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. What if anyone's naming their kid Glock?
I'm sure.
Or Sig as in Sig Sauer.
Maybe. I mean, it's all in the realm of possibility.
And I've heard of Gunner.
Gunner,
like remember Gunner Nelson, but that was Gunnar. But some people are naming their kids Gunner with an ER.
Yeah.
Gunner.
Yeah, any Gunner
right?
that I've heard of has used an AR.
Yeah.
Gunnar.
Yeah.
Not a Gunner.
Look at the phones. Phones are blasted.
I mean, there's plenty of hunters out there.
Phones have just lit up. All right, 800-990-1047. Aggressive baby names. What have you heard? Have you known anybody with an aggressive baby name? I can't believe Arson. There are people naming their kid Arson? As in, we're going to torch this warehouse for the insurance money?
Yes.
Arson?
like in Goodfellas when the restaurant goes up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the insurance job.
Yeah, insurance job.
Yeah. All right. Look at the phones. Every line. 800-990-1047. Also, there are a bunch of like cowboy names these days. Oh, Dutton. So people are naming their kid Dutton after the Dutton Ranch in Yellowstone.
That's a big fan of the show, I tell you what.
Stetson and Boone. Those are also names that are getting popular.
I feel like I've heard the name Stetson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's been around for a while. I don't consider. And then also the trend of naming babies with last names like Parker, Hunter, Carter. You know, those. But I don't consider those aggressive. But like the weapon names, those are aggressive. Let me go to phones. Paul in Tampa. Hi, Paul. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hey, good morning. My wife works at a preschool in Tampa, and one of the girls' names is Reightfyl.
Rifle?
Rifle.
Oh,
Rifle. Yes.
Rifle.
Yes.
Rifle. Holy crap.
If a rifle wasn't called a rifle, it's actually a pretty name, but it is called a rifle.
What if anyone's named their kids fentanyl? Oh,
Yes,
this is our
and
new little
I have
bouncy
all my
baby.
teeth.
Yeah.
You do have all your
Paul,
teeth.
you have all your teeth?
Thank you, Paul.
Yes, I do.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling in. Good news.
Thank you.
All right. Joel in Odessa. Joel, hi. You're on the MJ Morning
Hey.
Show.
Morning, MJ. Epic movie, Happy Gilmore. Shooter McGavin.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a golf name. I mean,
Yeah.
Waylon Jennings' son uses the nickname Shooter, but it's not his name. You know, it's
The price is wrong, Bob.
Love that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, thank you, man.
Thanks, Joel.
Dina in Zephyr Hills. Dina, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello to you.
I have a stepdaughter who just had a son about 3 months ago and named him Hunter.
I don't think of Hunter as a crazy aggressive name, though.
Yeah, arson and shooter, those are a little more aggressive than Hunter. Hunter doesn't bother me, really. Yeah, Hunter's actually, I think, a kind of kind of a higher brow name, my perception at least.
Depends on the person. I mean, Hunter Biden didn't do any favors for the name, but yeah, I would agree.
Good point,
Fester.
I would agree.
But yeah, the first thing I think of is going hunting or hunting somebody, but it's an okay name.
Could have named the kid Marlboro after what you smoked, Dina.
How do you know that?
You had the smoker's laugh.
All right.
All right, hold on, Dina, hold on. Dina, do you smoke?
Yes, I do.
And what do you smoke?
Pall Mall, short.
I
was the next guess.
I was close.
That was the next guess.
Dina.
Well, I used to smoke Marlboros forever.
Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
Hey, Marlboro Lights in a gold box.
No, Dina, I always comment when you have the smoker's laugh.
I love you.
Dina, I love you too.
That's great.
Dina, have a great day.
You too. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. That's
I
great.
should ask her if she had all her teeth. All right, so
She probably doesn't.
Ashley,
She's probably missing a few.
in Tampa. Hello, Ashley. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Morning. We're well. Go ahead.
I have a son named Cannon. I
wow.
don't think it's super aggressive, but
Well, you can always say that you named them after the camera, Canon cameras, you know?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, actually. My husband came up with it on our list, and I just loved it. And, I've heard of a couple other kids with that name, but not very many.
How old's your kid Cannon now?
He is 12.
Does he participate in any Civil War reenactments?
Yeah. Good question.
Cannon, you know?
Would he fight for the North or the South?
Neither.
Okay. All right. Good call.
Ashley, thanks for the call.
Stay out of that mess.
A couple more, and I got to move on. Eric in Riverview. Eric, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Aggressive baby names, and they're trending. Go ahead.
Yeah, we had some friends. Their daughter's name was Ember.
Ember.
And then the son's name was Blaze.
Wow. Oh, you know what?
See,
with the recent California wildfires, the embers set the freaking Pacific Palisades ablaze.
I kind of have a problem with that because there's a theme there, right? Like they're both fire related, so you do kind of question what's going on in the parents' mind.
And the next kid is going to be Orson.
Firefighter.
What?
Their dad was a firefighter.
Oh, there you go.
Their dad has psychological issues is what the problem is, sir.
Eric, thanks for the call.
I don't know if it's your family or not, but he's crazy.
Donald in Plant City. Donald, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Morning.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, my best friend that I've known for over 22 years, he named his son Remington.
Oh, Remington, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that name is like gaining traction now.
Yeah.
Remington, again, that's more of like an upper crust country club name. You know, I don't see that as an aggressive name.
But
Thanks,
listen,
man.
it's either upper crust country club or back hills hillbilly name.
Wasn't there a cheap cigarette brand named Remington as well?
And Dina used to smoke it from 1986. 1990.
Boomhauer up in Spring Hill. Yeah, Boomhauer.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? I got a friend of mine named, his kid's name is Marlin, and Marlin, which is a .22 rifle or a dangerous fish with a horn on its nose.
Oh, a giant speared nose, yeah. Okay. Marlin, they'll stab you. All right, Boomhauer, great to hear from you, buddy. All right, get out of here. Hang on a minute. Last call. Andrew, last one. Christina, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Aggressive baby names.
My friend's aunt's name is ISIS, ISIS.
Oh, my God, like the terrorist organization.
How old is your friend's aunt?
90.
Yeah.
45.
All right. Well, yeah, but that was before ISIS. It's not an Egyptian god, ISIS? I think it is.
I don't think the folks knew about the terror group 45 years ago.
I think so. Thank you. Do you guys, does she like fly an ISIS flag at the house?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I hope not.
Just checking. Thanks, Christina.
Change it to Iris or something.
Oh, no, I think it was Christiana. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. All right, I got to talk about my father. I mentioned this right off the top today, and I said I'd get into it later on. So, and I've got a spirit story.
Hold on. All of our Latina listeners are saying ISIS is a very common Spanish or Hispanic name.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. Well, then the terror organization had to screw that up?
Yeah, they
those bastards.
Ruined it forever.
¿Cómo se dice bastard en español?
El bastardito.
El bastardo. El bastardo. All right, so 8:38 at the MJ Morning Show. So Michelle didn't go with me. Michelle stayed home, and Michelle understands that I need to help Dad out. My brother, who lives near my parents, had to go away this weekend, so I flew in on Friday night. I had another great experience on Spirit, and that I got a whole other Spirit story. But I flew Spirit out on Friday night, and I came back yesterday morning. Tell you what, those Spirit's flights are sold out. They're from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale on Spirit. Every freaking plane is sold out. Every seat is taken. And listen, I'm going to be a million miler soon on Spirit.
You're going to have the Spirit Gold card?
It's coming soon. So I'm on Spirit, and I'll give you a little update on that. Well, not my trip, but just a whole different Spirit story. And Spirit is making national news, and I'll tell you why, and there's a reason. So I go to see my dad over the weekend, and my mom is like, "Oh, Todd, we've got to do something. He keeps ordering stuff. I don't know what." And my dad, who is kind of bedridden, my brother, who's a physician, got a hold of a used Hill-Rom hospital bed.
Okay.
Like for $500, like a $25,000 bed. And my brother found some guy that had a warehouse full of them.
That's amazing.
So my brother buys one of the actual hospital beds that have all the tilt and, all the up, down and all that crap, the side rails. And my dad is in that at the house after spending over 2 months in the hospital.
Does he spend, look, I'm going to ask, I want to ask this respectfully. Is he in the bed all day?
Yeah,
Does he get up and move around?
He can't walk really.
Does he transfer to a chair or something?
No, they bought They bought a lift to get him out and put him in a chair. And, I don't know if my dad's going to walk again. He's 82. His brain is still in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
But he's sitting in bed. He's just ordering crap all day long on like Amazon. But also he's tapped into that awful Chinese junk website, Temu. And we've talked about Temu. And again, it's mostly crap on there. And guess what? I can attest to the fact that he's buying crap. And it's not like the last batch. And folks, I took a video. If you want to see what my father has been purchasing, and listen, I'm not doing this to shame anybody. I wanted to maybe take some phone calls and see if this is like a common thing.
Now, is he aware that he's ordering stuff, and does he wait for it to come in, and does he ask, "Hey, has my widget showed up?"
No. Apparently, my mom then brings stuff up to my dad and said, "What did you order?" And he's like, "I don't know." He's just ordering stuff. And folks, if you want, bring up the video.
Okay.
So maybe in that case, don't bring this stuff up to him. If he is completely like just ordering it and then it like slips his mind, don't create the agitation. Just let it go.
The issue is if he's ordering stuff from Amazon, that stuff can be returned.
Right.
But he's ordering stuff from, again, like Temu, T-E-M-U, and I believe it's pronounced Temu. It's not Temu, it's Temu. And he's ordering this crap where there's like no return process.
You know what they need to do? Like I do with Julian? On the kid account, it has to be approved.
No, he's a grown-ass man. He's going to get so pissed he has to get it approved.
But he's ordering stuff he doesn't need.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you want to see the video, I shot a video because I lined up like 10 items that had just come in on my parents' kitchen countertop. And I'm doing a narrative. And I put this video up last night. If you go to Certified MJ Radio, look at the crap my dad is buying. Certified MJ Radio, that's Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and take a look. Hey, and then there was a mystery item, this red metal like claw clamp with rollers.
I want to see it.
And I got to be careful because I do drop the S-bomb in this. I roll the audio. Listen. I roll this. Here we go. Listen. Hey, everybody. It's MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. I'm here at my parents' house in Fort Lauderdale. My dad was in the hospital for a couple of months. He's home, but he's still in bed. And I guess he's got nothing to do because he is just on Amazon. And I think a lot of this crap is from Temu.
My God, has anyone had relatives that have just gone kind of nutty on these applications and just shop for crap you don't even need? He's ordering some kind of a cleaning kit with, this is all like low-grade crap. What is this thing here? Some kind of a...
vegetable peeler.
I don't know what you put on. Is that an onion? I have no idea. All right, this is the mystery. What the living F is this? Can someone... We can't figure it out.
Is that the furniture mover?
Idea.
Yeah, that's the furniture mover.
What the heck is this? What is this? Does anyone have any idea? Solve this mystery. What is this? Some kind of... and the stuff doesn't have instructions or labels. Okay, I know this is a Wi-Fi camera. This is some kind of a piece of shit shaver.
Oops. I had to dump that. I had to dump that.
This is like an old 1950s microphone. Hello, it's MJ in the morning. Hello.
I think it's an egg cutter.
I don't know what this is. This is some kind of a grater collector, and then grab bars.
All right. So by the way, the S-bomb I just dumped, that will be unedited on the podcast and on MJTV.
Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. You're right. It's exactly what it is. It's the SOS.
It is a low-grade junk. Awful, like rotary electric shaver with like 9 different shaver heads.
What is this POS shaver?
All right. So, yeah, I had to dump it off of the actual air here on Q105.
I have a question for
you.
How much is Dad really spending on this stuff? He's not going into the poorhouse.
No, but
right?
he's spending like hundreds of dollars.
Is he spending like $500?
There are boxes. I didn't even get to all the boxes that are unopened. He's just sitting on the phone in bed and just ordering stuff.
All right.
That they don't need.
So,
anyway.
Listen, I have an idea.
Yeah.
And it could be the greatest idea I've ever had in my whole life.
What at?
We all love Dad. We all want him to.
No.
Fine. Have your brother go into his phone and change the delivery address to the radio station.
Oh, so all my dad's stuff comes here?
Yeah, and that's a new segment. No, hey, first of all,
what did MJ's dad order?
Your mother doesn't have to see it anymore, and it gets all the crap out of her house.
It's time for What Did MJ's Dad Order?
It doesn't affect our $12 a quarter promotional budget because your dad buys it, so he spends $100. If it's on Amazon, I'll have my wife return it to his account. It's no big deal.
Chester, that's genius.
And we can open it up. And what crap did? But yeah, your brother has to get his phone while Dad's asleep.
It's like mystery merch with my dad.
Yeah, your dad will never know. He'll never know that it's getting. Since he isn't waiting for his POS head shaver to come in, he'll never ask for it. And Dad can order away, have fun, do his thing. Spend his money, which I'm all for. It's his money.
No, I'm not for my dad spending his money on worthless crap that he doesn't need.
I'm for your dad doing something that gives him some sense of freedom.
All right, so now we'll take advantage of Dad and we'll turn his stuff into a bit.
I think it's a great idea.
The fallout from you saying, Dad, you got to stop doing this. Think about the freedom your dad's a very independent man that has lived life on his own terms his whole life.
Oh, yeah.
And at this
stage,
that's
why it's sad to see things,
Of course, but at this stage, he has no freedom. So let him order whatever the flip he wants.
Hang on.
Send it to the radio station.
Phones are ringing. 800-990-1047. Take a look at the video. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Give me a follow if you choose. 800, if you want to get in, 800-990-1047. Let me grab Matthew in Tampa, because I think elderly ordering all kinds of stuff, I think this is an issue that a lot of families face.
Yeah, sure.
Matthew, Tampa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. This is actually a first-time caller.
Well, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you calling in. Go ahead.
Yeah, my fiance's grandfather actually as he was getting older, he started getting dementia. And he's a bit on the wild side, but he would buy a Winnebago. He bought a timeshare.
Hold on, give him Fester's number.
Yeah. I'll give him pennies in the dollar.
Away, but my fiance's father actually, with the returning process, they didn't want to return any of these things to him because he, apparently he was in good mind and everything.
Yeah, you can't return a Winnebago.
Father-in-law had to spend every day for about a year, calling and pestering them to get it to return.
Oh, wow. Did they finally stop it?
Yes, they finally stopped it. Actually, so he finally passed away.
Well, that'll end it. Yeah.
Yep. So, but it got pretty crazy at the end there. So it's interesting to see.
So he would just buy a Winnebago from his bed?
Yep. He would just be out there shopping online. He would call in and give him his information. And these, I don't know if they're crummy salesmen or what, but
actually they're great
took
salesmen.
his payments and.
All right. Matthew, thank you for the calling. Appreciate you listening.
Somebody calls me up, wants to buy a motorhome.
Wow.
I'll deliver it to your house.
Yes. Yeah. If you've got dementia, want to buy a motorhome, call Fester, 813-310-8444.
Dementia usually doesn't come up in the qualifying questions.
You know, it's, dementia runs in my family. I mean, I'm fearful of that because both of my grandmothers, my beloved, Grandma Minky and Grandma Franny, both had severe dementia toward the end. And that's certainly a fear.
You're headed there.
Yeah, you are.
Nina in Tampa. Nina, hi. You're at the mercy of the MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Morning.
Hey.
Yeah, my dad also orders all kinds of stuff and signs himself up to real estate training school to sell real estate. He's 93. Buys all kinds of vitamins and everything. Buys exercise equipment that he can't even use because he's mostly in bed.
And he's 93. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we usually, he doesn't remember. Occasionally he'll ask about something, but we just turn it around. We don't even open it. We just say return to sender, and my stepmother had to go through all that.
Well, what about the credit card? Are they cutting off access to the credit card that he's using?
I think they did finally, yes.
Wow. So he's 93, mostly in bed, and he's ordering like a Peloton?
The last thing I recall him ordering was some kind of balance board so you can get your balance back,
Tell you what, I'm going to get a balance board for the new studio because I stand the entire show and I'm going to take it up a notch. By any chance, is there a balance board still at the house you could drop off for me?
Yeah, maybe.
No, we returned it.
You returned it. Okay.
Oh, that sucks. We'll give you a couple of bucks for it.
All right, thanks, Nina.
Okay, bye.
All right, Lindsay in Spring Hill. Lindsay, MJ Morning Show, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my father's 80 years old, and he sits in his recliner all day. He ended up going on to Walmart and ordering a new recliner. He ended up hitting it 6 times.
Oh.
And he had 6 of them sent to the house.
6 recliners show up at the house?
Yeah.
Oh, my quantity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
My mother had to send everything back, and she cut him off access to the credit card.
Oh, my God.
Did they at least keep one?
Yes, he did keep one.
Kept one, yeah. Sent 5 back. Lindsay, thanks. Man. All right, 2 more calls. Look at the phones have blown up on this. So, this is not unique. This is a common problem.
This is a real issue. Yeah, absolutely.
Barb in Lakeland, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, Barb.
I don't have a relative that has an issue with that or anybody I even know, but my thought would be if I did, I would probably get his username and password. And I know it might be a pain, but you can go in there daily and just cancel his orders. Just go in and cancel. I mean, you could.
But they don't know where he's ordering everything from, and that's that's.
Yeah, well, go to Temu and Amazon or Temu, however you pronounce that one that I would never order from either.
Right. Yeah.
But,
Just at the end of the day, you check Amazon, Temu, Walmart.
Temu.
The big ones. Just check it. Go. Okay, what's been ordered? Delete. Cancel.
Once you hit the purchase button, isn't it already in progress?
Well, you can still cancel Amazon sometimes.
Yeah, maybe Amazon or Walmart, but I don't think Temu is giving you your money back. You hit click.
No, again, that's difficult. Yeah. It's like trying to track that down.
All right.
So I don't.
It's a good idea, Barb.
Just a suggestion.
Thank you, Barb.
All right, have a good one.
You bet. Thanks. Let me grab Daniel in Tampa. Daniel, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. My mom is addicted to QVC and HSN.
Oh.
Yeah. Same thing.
So
yeah.
There'd be a lot of times when let me put it this way. Last time I went to visit them in California, there was a couple of corners that my parents have where it's just a bunch of unopened packages from QVC and HSN.
Yeah.
Just sitting there in a pile unopened.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
And it all started like years ago when my mom started buying Lock and Lock, which I don't know if you guys heard of, but they're like Tupperware. That's supposed to be make it easier to store and match
Oh, yeah.
match
Oh,
the
what
lids.
that's a great product to
Ordered
save so much
many
space.
that you can never find the lids.
Oh, wow. All right.
You can't find
Well, it kind of defeats the purpose. All right. Thank you, pal. Thanks for listening.
One more.
No problem.
All right. David in Plant City. Final call. What time is it? Yeah, I got to hurry here. David, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Morning. So my blind grandfather was visiting my wife and I a few years ago, and he had just gotten married and had my wife purchase lingerie for his wife when he couldn't even see it.
How is he even ordering?
Oh, my
The
God.
guy still has an imagination. I mean, that sounds pretty healthy if you ask me.
Yeah, he was a wild one. He didn't exactly have dementia, but he was blind and could navigate Jacksonville like the back of his hand.
Listen, he can still feel the lingerie. He knows what's going on.
Fester. Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
that's funny. MJ, seriously, you have to change your dad's shipping address to the radio station so we get
Yeah.
all the stuff here.
Yeah.
I mean, what if, like, would your brother do it, or is he too much of, like,
I don't know.
I don't want my. They need to just shut it off. I don't want my dad's
No, you can't take
money
it.
being
Shut it off.
spent and.
For the $1,000 he spends in 6 months doing this stuff, don't take away the freedom of it. It's literally the only freedom he has. Otherwise, he's just sitting in a bed, watching TV, watching
Right.
Fox News. I mean, what's he doing?
Right.
Let him enjoy himself. Let him order what he wants.
All right.
And just have it shipped here.
All right, 8:54 at the MJ Morning Show. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Tell you what, if you'd have it shipped here, I'd be the owner of a POS head shaver right now.
That thing is garbage. Folks,
Fester, it
go-
might chop up your head.
It looks like the cheapest thing.
Go look at my Instagram. Go look at the video of all the crap my dad's ordering. It's Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio. And take a look. Certified MJ Radio on IG. All right, 8:55 at the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, quick mention here. This is the best sale that I've seen in a long time from our friends at Zero Res. Today only, Zero Res is having a one-day sale. They are having a one-day sale, 3 rooms of... 9 o'clock hour is upon us. 9:02, rolling up on 9:03 at the MJ Morning Show, man. The response to my dad doing all this crazy ordering on Temu and Amazon, man. Phones are still ringing on this thing. I was just checking my email. My email blew up as well. Wow. Fester,
the silver thing,
yeah.
right here, that's a vegetable slicer.
It is?
Yeah.
Like you put an egg in it and you slice.
What did you think it was?
No, I knew it was. I was joking around because it looks like that old 1950s like Shure microphone, like Buddy Holly's on.
You put tomatoes or eggs in it.
So, listen, just think about my idea because otherwise you're...
Fester, I'm not having my dad's stuff shipped to the radio station and then exploited as a bit.
Why not?
I already feel a little guilty shooting the video
and
don't. Talking about it on the air.
Stop it. You do not.
Listen, who are you? I'm not going to exploit a close relative of mine.
So I mentioned I had another Spirit Airlines story,
yes.
and it's not my trip on Spirit. The one thing I've learned with Spirit, at least I can't leave Fort Lauderdale on the late flight because every time I leave on Spirit from the late flight, it's like 2 hours delayed.
Oh, no. So, how many flights do they have a day?
You didn't say bless you to me, Michelle.
Well, because we're on the air. Bless you.
Thank you. I had a sneeze.
I wasn't even trying to acknowledge your sneeze on the air.
Well, but I was getting like sounding, so I was like getting ready to sneeze. So, like 3 times where I took like the late flight out. I've done a late Saturday flight and a late Sunday flight, and they're like 2 and 3 hours late. But if you do the early flights, they're always on time. And I've had very, very good luck with Spirit. And again, I'm a guy that had always poo-pooed Spirit. I'm like, I'm never flying Spirit. Yeah, because just the nickel and diming, it's kind of got on my nerves.
Why? It's the most honest of the airlines. I've always said that. You know exactly what
guess
you're
what?
getting.
I've come around that you get exactly what you pay for, and you know exactly what you're going to get. And I'm getting plenty of like $39 tickets, from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale if I book enough ahead. And I'm going for like 1 or 2 days. I don't need to bring anything big. So I've got one little thing that puts, that I put under the seat in front of me. Yeah. And I'm getting like $39 fares. So you know exactly what you get with Spirit. But there's something else. So there's a Spirit story, not from this weekend, because my flight out at 6 o'clock on Friday night, that was on time. Arrived early, and then I came back yesterday morning, 7 a.m. flight, leaving Fort Lauderdale, arriving Tampa, 8 a.m. Quick flight, like 38 minutes. I mean, I've done it as quickly as 36 minutes from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale. So it was flawless. This weekend, another flawless Spirit experience, no issues. But Spirit is actually having a bit of a rebound with the recent air crashes. Listen to this. This is a CNN story. After a string of incidents, some flyers are sticking with a surprising carrier, Spirit.
Why?
They've never had a fatal crash. It's like the Rain Man Qantas of American budget airlines. Spirit never crash. Spirit never crash.
Is that really the reason?
Spirit never crash. Spirit never crash. Judge Wapner, Spirit.
So a bunch of rain men are walking around airports booking Spirit flights?
No. Travelers, according to this story, often bemoan the ultra-budget airline's tiny seats, frequent delays, baggage fees, and lack of complimentary snack and drinks. People love memeing the carrier, the distinctive yellow planes. But online, the tides have been turning in favor of the company that was ranked number 99 out of 100 on the 2024 Axios Harris poll on brand reputation. Beating out only X and the Trump Organization, people pointed out on social media that Spirit hasn't dealt with recent plane crashes like American and Delta. And listen, in all fairness, American Airlines, that was just happenstance, wrong place at the wrong time. Because I don't think those pilots on American did anything wrong.
No, I don't think so.
I think TCAS went nuts and it was too late. But they were on final approach. That American Airlines flight over the Potomac, that thing was 10 seconds away from landing and got broadsided by that Black Hawk. I don't think it's American's fault. But what people are saying is that we have the Delta upside down crash up in Toronto. We've got the American crash. And here we have people saying that Spirit has never had a deadly incident.
Well, neither has Hawaiian Airlines or Qantas Airlines.
Yeah. Yes, some other airlines as well. Experts maintain that traveling in the United States is a safe proposition, but that's not enough for Spirit's most dedicated fans who said they chose to fly the airline for reasons other than $45 round-trip tickets to Miami. Natalie Haddad, a 31-year-old from L.A., landed in Las Vegas on a Spirit jet when she found out a Delta plane flipped upside down in Toronto. Even if the Spirit flight is the same price as American, Delta, and United, I'm going to fly Spirit. I've flown Spirit multiple times in the last month, and I felt super safe. She says because they don't have Boeing, MAX jets.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the MAX jet. I've got good friends that fly 737s. A really good buddy of mine is a Southwest 737 pilot. He says that the MAX jets they fly he says they're the best. He says that they are incredible airplanes. And those two crashes were software issue, and there were also severe training problems because both those flights could have been saved if the flight crew knew what to do. And they did all they had to do was turn off the autopilot and trim stab. Just one switch would have saved both those airplanes on the center console, the 737 MAX 8 and 9.
Okay.
Anyway, but here's the deal. People are saying Spirit, that they have not had a fatal crash. Spirit isn't the only one. A number of airlines, such as Hawaiian and Qantas, as Michelle said, have never had a fatal crash. So now people are saying, hey, I'll take the smaller paper-thin seat, and the extra money to put something in the overhead bin or whatever, or having to pay for a glass of water.
I'll take the big comfortable seat and take my chances on dropping that bird on the runway.
So there's a resurgence, and people are saying, look at the Spirit safety record. I'll tell you, I've not had a bad landing on Spirit. All the pilots that have, and I've been on a bunch of Spirit flights. I have had great landings on every single one of my Spirit flights. I mean, nice Airbus 320 landings. So it's kind of an unexpected boost for Spirit because of their safety record. Plus, they're in bankruptcy right now.
Right, so it's hopefully helps them.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're going to emerge. Looks like they've got a finance deal to get out of bankruptcy. We'll see. Oh, and then listen to this. Imagine your JetBlue pilot is arrested just before takeoff, not because he's drunk, because of some kind of child exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Sorry, folks. So, JetBlue flies some international routes now. I think you can fly to, like, London. Can you fly to Ireland?
I think it's Ireland, London.
Yeah, and Paris. So JetBlue has some internationals to Europe, not just like internationals to the Caribbean or like the Caymans or whatever. But this is insane. A JetBlue pilot arrested at Boston Logan moments before the jet was scheduled to fly to Paris. Jeremy Gudorf, 33, from Ohio, was detained on board the plane at about 8:40 p.m. on Thursday night last week after the FAA discovered he had a pending warrant for second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. How gross is that? I'm looking at his mugshot. He looks like a child exploiter.
It's a creepy mugshot.
Yeah, it is a very creepy mugshot.
I have a question. Do pilots have to go through customs? Or are they granted some kind of...
No. They go through customs, and there's generally a crew line for customs. When you fly internationally, look to like one of the sides, and a lot of times the flight crew is going to a special crew-only customs and immigration area, but they do.
Okay.
But this was not customs leaving the United States, because you don't go through customs to leave.
No, you go when you land.
Right, exactly. So here's the deal. So how did they find this guy?
But they just knew this guy was on their radar, and he's about to take an international flight.
Guess what? Listen to this. So he had a warrant for second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor, according to NBC Boston. Massachusetts State Police, they were the arresting agency. They were tipped off by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So what happened? How'd they find this guy? And by the way, the Massachusetts State Police, they're the ones that do all the airport policing up at Boston Logan. Listen to this. In conducting the standard review of the manifest of the Boston to Paris flight, Customs and Border Protection identified an active North Carolina warrant lodged against a member of the flight crew. So they must run the whole manifest. I don't know if they do these on domestic flights. Well, they obviously run against the no-fly list to see if anyone's dangerous. But I wonder if there's extra special scrutiny from U.S. Border Protection and Customs for international flights.
I'm sure there is.
They run the passenger list through a computer, and suddenly, I guess it starts flashing. And it turns out it's the freaking pilot's got a warrant for sexual child exploitation. So Customs then quickly gets Massachusetts State Police, who runs the airport policing, and they go on the jet. They're getting ready to push back, and the police go down the jetway, and they pluck the guy right out of the cockpit.
I mean, can you imagine being one of those passengers?
At 33, I'm guessing he was not the captain. That's kind of young for JetBlue. I'm guessing that he was you never know.
Could they take off without him?
No. Take off.
You couldn't let me take my flight. Let the creep at least land the plane in Paris.
No, the FAA requires a two pilot cockpit on an Airbus 320
the
or
guy's
321.
flying right back. You got to do this right before my French vacation.
Yes, the guy's got an active warrant.
Yeah, he'll have an active warrant when he gets back in, I don't know, what, 18 hours?
Get out of here. You can't let the guy. So
he'll be back tomorrow.
In conducting the standard review, they found that there was a North Carolina warrant lodged against a member of the flight crew who was detained. He was arraigned on Friday in East Boston District Court. Prosecutors revealed the sexual exploitation charge originated in North Carolina. Since he was arrested for the crime elsewhere, he was also charged as a fugitive from justice in Massachusetts. So they got him on another thing. Prosecutors asked the judge to hold Gudorf without bail and to order him to surrender his passport.
Yeah, why didn't prosecutors ask to pick him up after he finishes his flight?
What are you talking about?
I'm just thinking of all the people stuck in Boston for an extra 8 hours.
You would be the worst.
He's coming back. He's a pilot.
I'm guessing I think Boston's a base for JetBlue, so they probably were able to get
somebody quickly.
Yeah, another first officer is what I'm guessing he was. Prosecutors asked the judge to hold him without bail, surrender the passport. He's a commercial pilot. The warrant's out of North Carolina, resides in Ohio. So for those reasons, we ask that he be held without bail, said the federal prosecutor. His defense attorney said that Gudorf has the financial capacity to rent a car and drive to North Carolina and has assured me he will do that. Okay. Arrested at Boston Logan. Charged with second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor.
Yeah, this guy's a dirtbag. He's a total creep.
Yeah, his defense attorney, Tanvi Verma, said he has no past criminal record, understands the seriousness of the charges against him. Oh, and JetBlue has put him on indefinite leave.
Good call, JetBlue.
I'm guessing he's never going to be flying for JetBlue again. Yeah, he might be able to get a gig with Jeffrey Epstein, Lolita Airlines.
It's not making as many flights these days.
No, it's not.
No.
Well, Lolita Express. Hey, folks, I'm Jeffrey. What's his name? What's this dude's name? Jeremy. Yeah. So what a bizarre sexual exploitation case came out of Huntersville, North Carolina. It's a suburb just north of Charlotte. And the Huntersville Police Department said they received a tip about this JetBlue pilot Gerdorf in October from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Holy crap.
Yeah, this guy's a real piece of work. He needs
Following an extensive investigation, a search warrant was obtained for Google, leading to the identification of the source of the reported images. Oh, man, was he into kiddie porn?
Sounds like it.
The good news for this guy is he's going to be really popular in the big house.
God.
Oh, very popular.
Yeah.
Talk about blue material. JetBlue fit him just fine. Oh, my God. Anyway, so I don't have details on how long the JetBlue flight from Boston Logan to Paris was delayed. I don't have that.
You had a lot of other details. We're all really proud of you.
But shut up, Fester.
I mean, we really got into the weeds on that one. That's good.
What are you criticizing me?
Just observing. Just a commentator.
It's an interesting story.
Yes.
All right, listen to this.
Please.
Do you know that there are some municipalities now? I would think that this is subject of many HOA altercations and fines if you've got a homeowners association.
Right.
Michelle and I just started watching season 2 of Tulsa King, and Sylvester Stallone has a run-in with an HOA guy.
Oh, no.
In a new development where they've just rented a really nice house. And the HOA guy comes buzzing up on his little goofy golf cart and gives him a fine for trash coming out of the lid or too much trash stuffed in. And
you can't close the lid. That's the thing. So you get fined.
He got fined $150 and then got fined for leaving his garage door open for over 20 minutes.
I question whether that's even a real thing in some community. I mean,
I'm sure
what if you need to clean out your garage?
Some of these, there's an exception if you're actively doing something. But if you just have the car park there, some of these HOAs are really,
there's some
really,
bitches,
really dialed in.
Dialed in? You mean pains of the asses?
Pains of the asses.
Right. All right. So listen to this, and this reeks of an HOA problem, but it's not. It's an actual city ordinance issue, and I had no idea. In Tennessee, of all places, there's a city. They have a rule on holiday decorations, and they have to be taken down.
Do you know how many people had to leave their Christmas crap up all year before Tennessee's like, okay, enough, we have to make a law?
This is Halloween. A homeowner is in this legal battle with the city of Germantown, Tennessee. Tennessee. So he has the skeleton decorations. I would imagine these are the giant Home Depot ones. Alexis Luttrell and her family added a skeleton and a skeleton dog decoration outside their home on Halloween.
Yeah, they got a big dog now, too. Yeah.
So they must be the Home Depot ones. So they put the spooky decorations outside and they left them. And they started decorating the skeletons with each holiday. So they turned the skeleton into a Thanksgiving skeleton. Then they turned the skeleton into a Christmas skeleton.
I'm looking at the picture right now, and here's the skeleton next to an inflatable Santa. And there's the big dog dressed like a reindeer.
They've got a reindeer thing going
terrible.
on. Yeah.
All right, so what holidays? They have him like a big leprechaun right now?
Yeah, it would be
St. Patrick's Day's in
probably
3
a
weeks?
leprechaun skeleton. No.
It looked like Cupid 2 weeks ago. What's going on?
So during the Christmas season, the city of Germantown, Tennessee, told Luttrell that she violated an ordinance against leaving decorations up a month after the holiday. I had no idea that some cities, HOAs, pain in the ass homeowners associations, sure, but a city, a municipality has a rule on you can't have your specific holiday decorations up 30 days past that particular holiday?
All right, so it's not the Home Depot one. This report is saying it's only an 8-foot tall skeleton.
Oh, that wouldn't be the Home Depot because the Home Depot one's like 12 feet tall.
Or the Home Depot has a smaller version of it.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an 8-foot skeleton.
So she's now filed a lawsuit. The city said that she's violated the ordinance and that the skeletons were holiday decorations for Halloween and could not be recycled for other holidays. You know what? That sounds like a freaking First Amendment issue to me. What if you want to do skeleton claws?
Why,
No, I'm serious.
Why not? And why not?
Yeah.
So the woman, Alexis Luttrell, has now filed a lawsuit against the city claiming that the ordinance violates her First Amendment rights. Claims the city is using the code to dictate how residents celebrate holidays. Wow. The law itself is just very vague, doesn't allow for expression. Luttrell plans to decorate her skeletons for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I mean, if they...
And Easter, the Easter skeleton bunny.
Absolutely, which is probably the most fitting of all the holidays if you really want to get into the weeds on it.
Just put some little bunny ears up there. The little headband with the bunny ears.
A little basket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, put little Easter eggs around the bones and
There
have the
you go.
kids go Easter egg hunting.
Yeah.
Through the femur.
A little Peter Cottontail skeleton.
Stick some eggs up in the coccyx.
Right there.
On the skeleton.
Look there, kids. I see something.
Touch my coccyx. Hey, grab some eggs. All right. So Luttrell plans to decorate for St. Patty's Day, and Issa says the family finds joy in dressing the skeletons up, and the neighbors have embraced the spooky yard ornaments.
Absolutely.
Man, I had no idea. So Germantown, Tennessee are sticklers, apparently.
What's the fine? Is she getting billed like $1,000 a day or something, or $100 a day?
Doesn't say. Doesn't say what the fine is.
Look at the Valentine's Day decoration.
Yeah.
The dog's all decked out wearing a pink sweater.
Yeah. Won't you be my Valentine's skeleton? Yeah. Andrew, why are you giving me a thumbs up in there? Andrew's giving me a...
He's a big fan of coccyx.
Oh, he was thinking of First Amendment. All right. No, it wasn't the coccyx.
No,
All right.
he loves
9:23 at the MJ Morning Show. That puts a bow on that segment, and that means the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. Oh, there is some new P. Diddy. Oh, very interesting words. A P. Diddy lawyer flies the coop in the P. Diddy case. We'll get to that coming up in just a minute. Also, what major local restaurant chain? So, originating locally, big name nationwide, is preparing to file for bankruptcy. We'll get to that here in just a second. And, also, speaking of the elderly, this is terrible. I got a terrible elderly dumping story. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
a lot of loose ends. We got a lot of stuff. Final segment, final chunk, MJ Morning Show is going to be huge. Next. If you're looking for the... is 9:31 at the MJ Morning Show, and welcome, my peeps, to the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday, and I think we've nicely launched the new week here on the MJ Morning Show. Thanks for listening. And again, the little project that I have, the Operation MJ Awareness, tell everyone you know about the MJ Morning Show. Because, listen, you're going to work with people or know people that maybe listen to something else. Just do us a favor. Get them to, if they don't listen to us, and maybe some are not even aware of us, just tell people that you know to check out the MJ Morning Show here on 104.7 FM. Or streaming on the... Listen, you always go to... when you go to work, for instance, you don't have to shut us off in the car. If you can... listen to us on our apps with, an earphone or something, with AirPods, or, if you can play radio at work, you can put us on a regular radio, 104.7 FM, or go to mjmorningshow.com, and the upper right-hand corner, there's a button that says Listen Live. You can listen right over your computer. Listen to our live stream. And we're on all the apps as well. Just search for Q105 Tampa Bay and listen live on your phone. We're on every single major app. All right, Fester, what's this? You got a listener trying to call me out saying I made a mistake or something?
What'd you say going into the commercial? A Tampa Bay restaurant's filing for bankruptcy?
I said there are reports that a Tampa Bay restaurant chain, or, from Tampa Bay, but with a national presence, is preparing to file for bankruptcy.
I get a text from a guy named Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty loyal listener.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, hey, tell MJ that we've heard this already. He talked about it last week. Bloomin' Brands is filing for bankruptcy.
Wrong. No, they're not. No, that is incorrect. Juan, that's incorrect. No, we had a story last week that Blooming Brands, the parent company of Outback and Bonefish and Carrabba's and Fleming's.
What are they? They're letting people go.
Yeah. We had a story last week that they're letting go close to 100 management positions, or some type of, I would imagine, well-paying gigs, here in Tampa Bay. Michelle and I were just at the intersection because Michelle was taking me to the airport on Friday night. So, Michelle, I had a 6 o'clock Spirit flight from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale to go to my dad's place, and we're sitting right at the corner in the left turn lane at West Shore and Boy Scout, and you go straight, you go right into the International Plaza, In fact, do you see the big dicks right ahead?
It's huge.
Big dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the new dicks is right there, right straight ahead.
It's the biggest one I've ever seen.
The biggest dicks around.
It's enormous.
All right, so here's the deal.
And wide.
When you're sitting at the left turn lane or you're going to International Plaza, you take a look and you'll see the Bloomin' Brands building right there. And I said to Michelle, I mean, that's so sad that close to 100 people that, used to work in there are going to be looking for a job.
They have a sign, office space available or anything like that?
No,
okay.
no.
Not yet. Too soon? Not yet? Okay. Sorry.
So Bloomin' Brands is laying almost 100 positions off.
So
at the corporate offices.
Your bankruptcy story has nothing to do with this.
No, it has to do with another. When people who know of restaurant chains that came out of Tampa, Outback is certainly one of the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the other big brand that rolled out of the Tampa Bay area?
Oh no, not Shells.
No, not Shells.
Not Kerr's Wing House.
No, not Kerr's Wing House. Really?
It's the only two I can
You're
think
going to say Kerr's and not something else?
No, it's Hooters, right?
Yeah, it's Hooters.
Yeah, Hooters.
Yeah, story I saw over the weekend. Hooters prepares to file for bankruptcy amid declining foot traffic.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but also Hooters had a bit of a split. Weren't some of the local operations spun off from the big corporate organization that franchises all the locations around the world, I think? Yeah, I'm not an expert on that, but
they didn't run that contract by me to peruse. However, I think Hooters corporate sold to a group, right?
Yeah, Hooters from the New York Post over the weekend. Hooters famous for the waitresses' tight-fitting T-shirts and the tight shorts. They're preparing for a potential bankruptcy filing as it works with creditors on a plan to restructure its operations. The company has engaged the law firm of Ropes and Gray to assist with the process. Individuals familiar with the discussions told the outlet, while no final decision for seeking Chapter 11 protection has been made, a filing could take place within the next 2 months, according to sources. Hooters has about 300 locations nationwide.
I would have guessed more.
Has faced increasing financial strain as traffic declines at its restaurants. The Atlanta-based company has been working alongside turnaround consultants from Accordion Partners. I might need to call Accordion Partners as well. I have another potential turnaround situation for them as well. Different.
Not Pete and Shorty's.
Stop.
Right next door to the original Hooters. I love that place.
Yeah, you know what? I like those sliders.
Yeah, I like Pete and Shorty's.
I like a Pete. It's been a while.
I haven't been in a minute, but I like it.
Yeah, I've always liked the Pete and Shorty's slider.
Good
Absolutely,
stuff.
yeah. So heads up on Hooters. The Diddy situation. Now, apparently he's got like 6 freaking lawyers on his disastrous case.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh, he's got a bunch, but one of them walked off and was very direct in his statement. Now, we don't know all the details, but Anthony Rico. What if he's handled any federal Rico cases? What do you think? Any racketeering cases? The guy's name is Rico.
Hey, with a name like Anthony Rico, sounds like he has some relatives who written up on some Rico charges.
Hey, you got some Rico experience, Anthony Rico? Tony Rico.
Hey,
I'm the Rico man. Hi, it's Tony. You got a Rico charge against you from the DOJ? You call Anthony Rico.
Your Honors, my client's innocent.
Michelle, what does Rico stand for? It's racketeering and...
I don't even know.
Could you look it up quickly? Yeah, RICO, the Federal RICO Act, which gave the feds a new way to...
Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act.
All right, say it one more time.
Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act.
There you go. And it gave the feds a whole new way to go after the mob.
Right.
Et cetera. All right, so Anthony Rico, filed a motion. He's one of Diddy's attorneys. Filed a motion on Thursday to withdraw. Yeah, one of 6 defense attorneys working on the Diddy case.
All right, that sounds like a lot, but when I think back to OJ, he had like 10 lawyers, right? mean, he had a bunch of lawyers sitting around him.
He had
Cochran.
He had
the old white guy.
Skunkhead was Kardashian.
F. Lee Bailey. He had Robert Horowitz.
No, Robert. Robert.
He said Robert Kardashian.
No, no, the other guy. Yeah, because he did
the guy who does the Shapiro.
It was a Robert Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that did legal Zoom commercials after the fact.
He hired Shapiro just so when he'd say Robert, two of them would turn around.
So Anthony Rico has walked or told the judge that he wants to withdraw, file the motion, and it will not be official until the judge signs off on it, and the judge must find sufficient reason to approve such a request. So Anthony Rico said, quote, in his filing, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. It is respectfully but regrettably requested that the court grant the relief requested, meaning he wants off the case. So what is it? We don't know. Maybe he found out like a niece of his was at one of the slime parties. Yeah. One of the freak-offs. Yeah. With baby oil and lube. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
I don't think this fine lawyer, Anthony Rico, is an Italian-American.
No?
No.
He's not?
Nope. He's from Harlem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anthony Rico is...
Our impression probably sounds nothing like this
well, listen.
Lawyer. Hey, you over there.
Oh, so he's a black
he's
attorney.
He's a black guy from Harlem.
Listen, hey, what was American Gangster with Denzel, right?
Yep.
He was a black mobster, right?
Different gangster.
Yeah. A black gangster up in Harlem.
I mean, he did elaborate and say that it pertained to attorney-client privilege matters.
Yeah,
so that means it's not monetary. I was just having a conversation with Andrew about it, like what it could be. And I said, sometimes it's monetary, right? But in this instance, obviously, I think he became aware of something.
Figure Anthony Rico knows a lot of dirt, right? He's probably heard or received a lot of it. He can't use any of that
in
any capacity. He can never talk about it.
No.
All right.
Let's stick with the celebrity news for a minute here. Taylor Swift has lost a staggering number of Instagram followers since the Super Bowl booing. Yeah.
Does she even care? Does she even care?
Oh, I think she cares.
Listen to this. Taylor Swift has lost over 144,000 followers since she was booed at the Super Bowl.
How many does she have? Does she have 25 million?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
why don't you look?
I don't know. What was it? Taylor
Tay
Swift on what? Instagram?
Yeah. I mean, I can look it up too. Taylor.
Ooh, I'm surprised you don't like her page already.
Yeah, I'm not following Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
At Taylor Swift. Number of followers. 282 million followers.
Who said 25 million?
I had no idea.
But Michelle, you agreed with him.
Yeah, I said something like that.
It sounded reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to 25,000. I'm at like 24/7 right now, which is kind of cool. MJ, Instagram, 24/7.
Okay.
I'm at 24,700, 24/7.
And you're telling me she lost 100,000 followers and that's a story?
Yeah.
Do you know what's happened to 100,000 of her 282 million followers since the Super Bowl?
They choked on chicken bones.
They died.
But you know what's crazy?
That's dying.
I doubt
282 million people.
I doubt. Well, also, do you know how many of those are bots? Do you know how many? I bet you half of those follows for Taylor Swift are fake accounts.
Maybe, but guess what?
She has no control over that.
Do you think that's a lot of followers, Fester?
I mean,
282 million is a
Guess who has more than her?
P. Diddy.
Selena Gomez.
Are you serious?
421 million.
I mean, Selena Gomez probably has an audience
probably
much more diverse.
Exactly.
Well, you've got different, she probably has a huge Hispanic audience.
Everybody who loves Tay-Tay probably loves Selena too.
Probably everyone in South America and Central America follows Selena Gomez as well.
It's a beef between them.
Oh, really? Get out of here. You're making that up.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
You're making it up. No, but Taylor Swift has lost. What do they say? Oh my God, Taylor got booed at the Super Bowl. I can't follow her.
Unfollow.
Do that again.
Unfollow. I'm gonna follow her right now.
That was a great impression.
Oh, you're gonna follow her?
I'll give her a follow.
Whose account is this? Don't follow it on my account.
No, it's this certified MJ Radio right here.
Don't follow her.
I'm gonna follow Sabrina Carpenter while I'm at it.
Stop it, will you please? He's going to follow a whole bunch of neo-Nazis on my account as well, probably.
Okay,
Stop it.
Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter are not those people. But I will follow Antifa on your.
Stop
and QAnon. I'll put you on a list.
Stop it. Get out of here.
Oh, man.
All right, 9:44 at the MJ Morning Show. A couple of additional items here that are a little time sensitive, and I've got a lot that we got to carry over to tomorrow. So Ben Affleck has been seen casually dating now that he's been legally single, I guess, after the Lopez divorce. So they're done?
Yeah.
I guess the divorce is finalized, and now Ben Affleck is casually dating.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Not to be outdone, I've got a Jennifer Lopez story. Jennifer Lopez has been seen fighting back tears as she's also declared legally single.
So Friday, it went down.
Yeah.
So Friday the 21st, 1 week after Valentine's Day.
This is fresh. So Ben's out casually dating and J-Lo's crying.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean that J-Lo still loves Ben?
I think she always will.
Yeah. Wow. She got emotional on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, during a sold-out concert in Abu Dhabi. So this is the day before so this is last Thursday, and I guess the divorce was final on Friday?
As of Friday the 21st, LA Superior Court finalized the dissolution of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So they're now both single.
Wow. Yeah, so she addressed the audience, and she fought back tears as she took a moment to thank the audience.
That's where I want to go after my old lady leaves me, Abu Dhabi.
I think J-Lo still loves Ben.
She does.
I think Ben is ready to hit it somewhere else.
Okay. Stop it.
So it sounds like to me.
But they were married for what, like 2 years?
So they're their second go-around and that whole deal. This is interesting. Bunch of stars got COVID at that 50th anniversary Saturday Night Live deal.
Can you believe that?
SNL 50 COVID curse.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So Martin Short came down with COVID.
There's a picture of him like kissing Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph!
Like,
guess what? She got it.
Lip to lip.
She got it. So I think Martin Short gave Maya Rudolph. That's my Don Pardo.
The COVID.
Here, take some ivermectin.
Okay.
Musical guest.
I don't want to stir anyone up on that crap.
All right. So
and who else got it?
I heard those two got it, but who else got it?
John Belushi.
Wait a second.
No, he's dead. No,
Okay.
he didn't get it. No, I just saw Martin Short and Maya Rudolph, but there were others as well.
I thought I saw Lorraine.
Lorraine Newman.
I don't know if she is or not.
Yeah, I didn't see Lorraine, but I did see Maya and Marty. God,
well, two of them.
That only murdered. Oh, speaking of Selena Gomez.
It did. It said add Lorraine Newman to SNL's sick list. That's what it popped up on my thing, and I didn't know.
Lorraine Newman. All right, adding her to the list. And then we mentioned Selena Gomez, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
Who just mentioned Selena Gomez?
We talked about the Instagram followers.
No, yeah.
Michelle did.
Yeah. So, all right. So there you have it. The SML COVID curse. And apparently there were more, but not everyone's coming forward with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally here, we got Justin Bieber, who has now been spotted out. A guy's night out with Dave Chappelle. So is Dave Chappelle trying to help Justin Bieber through this tough time? Have you seen some of the photos of Bieber? He's looking like, speaking of skeletons, Justin Bieber is looking like skin and bones.
You know what? He's not looking.
I mean,
like
he's
in a
looking
good
like
place.
Karen Carpenter Bieber now. I mean, he's there are pictures now of Dave Chappelle with Bieber. So I wonder if Chappelle's trying to cheer up Bieber.
I don't know. I saw a video of him when he was like 18 years old, and he was walking on stage, and some 40-year-old actress or 45-year-old actress just groped him and gave him hugs and kisses and said how cute he was.
Enough about the P. Diddy. All right.
Oh.
No,
I wasn't talking about P. Diddy, but yeah.
No, but I'm just saying that there's a rumor about potentially Bieber being groomed by Diddy as well. Oh, we got to roll. Got to shut it down. At 9:49, it brings to a close the Monday edition of the MJ Morning Show. So thank you for listening. Our heartfelt appreciation. Need to email me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. A lot of stuff on there, including my dad's ridiculous Temu shopping sprees, where all kinds of crap is showing up at my mom and dad's house, and my dad's ordering all kinds of junk that he doesn't need. And I shot a video showing off some of the crap. So it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests.